We're live. I think we're live. One sec. I just connect. Okay, what's going on, guys? We're live. We are live. We are live. So let me just sort this out and then we'll be ready. Yes. Yes, there you go. There you go. What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. So, guys, there's some big news coming out. Well, not big news, but there's Conor Benn calling out Amir Khan. And there's Amir Khan calling out Kell Brook for an all-British showdown. It seems like they're all interested in that all-British showdown. Salman, we obviously know that Khan is calling out Brook after so many years. Khan is actually calling out Kell Brook, but Amir Khan is saying that there's no response from Kell Brook's side, and Conor Benn is calling out for a British showdown with Amir Khan. What do you make of what's going on right now?
I think obviously Khan's looking to make a big payday with Brook. Obviously, Brook's coming off a massive, defeat to Terence Crawford. We don't know what obviously Brook's future plans are, whether he wants to campaign at 154 or 147. Personally, I think he'll take the fight with Amir Khan. I think it's a big money fight for him to exit. I think it's a big money fight for both to kind of call it a day on if, either one of them gets beat up really bad. And then Conor Benn, really, I think he's obviously looking to get his name out there by beating someone like Amir Khan. He'll become a star just on the back of that if he can pull off the victory. But I personally don't think Khan's really interested in that fight. I think he's more looking at, the Pacquiao's, the Brooks. Someone like Conor Benn doesn't bring anything to the table for Amir Khan. In terms of, it's not a legacy fight. Khan's made a lot of money, and it's not like he's going to make tens of millions of pounds from that fight where he's going to be really entertained by it. So I think I think Khan will either fight Pacquiao or Brook. But I think those are the two fights he should fight if he is going to call it a day.
Right. Okay. So, in my opinion, I personally think that a Conor Benn fight will be a good fight, and I think he'd make good money from it. I think it'd be a big pay-per-view fight. It would be a big fight, and it'll be one up and coming against a guy on the way out, which always makes for better fights because it's an up and coming against a guy that's on the way out on the slide. What do you think's more likely to happen? Because obviously there seems like Brook's not that interested right now. Do you think the Kell Brook fight with Amir Khan is going to come off or no?
I think the fight can come off. It just depends really on, what the splits are, etc. But I believe that fight will happen. Obviously, Khan was the main obstacle at first. But I think obviously if now he wants to fight, as he's saying, the fight will come off. I think he was obviously the issue at first, but Brook I think will accept the fight.
What do you think? What in terms of the Conor Benn fight? Conor Benn's obviously fighting Vargas. What do you make of that one?
It's a hard fight for Conor Benn. I think he's going to be tough. I don't know whether he's going to win that, but let's see. Let's see if he can out hustle Vargas.
Do you think he wins that?
I think he can win that, but obviously he'll have to put in a really, really good performance. I don't know whether you guys can see me. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, but you just put your camera's moving a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best I can do with the phone.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So in terms of the Conor Benn's obviously Conor Benn's looking for the big names. He's chasing the big names. Whereas obviously Amir Khan's on, looking at it, that what has he got to gain from the Brook fight? What do you make it? It's like he's in the kind of who needs me club.
Sorry, say that again.
Do you think Conor Benn, right, is Amir Khan's looking at Conor Benn like, I don't really need someone like that. He's young, he's fresh.
So I don't think he needs to fight Conor Benn. What does he have to prove? Even if he beats someone like a Conor Benn, he doesn't really have anything to gain from that fight. So as I was saying, I don't really think he has anything to gain from fighting someone like Conor Benn. I think Conor Benn is in the who needs me club. I just don't think a fight with someone like a Conor Benn makes any sense at the minute, anyways. I don't think he'll fight Conor Benn.
Why not? Thing is, why not though? Because why not? Because it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Stylistically, Conor Benn's going to come forward. He's going to try, putting pressure on Amir Khan. And it makes for an interesting, good fight. Why not?
I don't think, obviously, as I said, I think he's looking, to fight probably Kell Brook or Manny Pacquiao. I think Conor Benn, it's too much of a risk to his legacy. Is he going to take that fight? I don't think so. I think he'll probably take the Pacquiao-Kell Brook fight. I don't think he's really interested in fighting Conor Benn. That's just my opinion.
The Pacquiao, I want to ask you about quite a few things, but let's keep it on this for the minute. Do you think that the Khan Brook fight is a lot more intriguing? A lot more intriguing than the Conor Benn fight, or do you think the Conor Benn v Khan fight is so much better?
I'd prefer to see that fight over the Conor Benn fight, obviously because of the rivalry over the years. Sorry guys, I'm just putting my thing on a stand. Just bear with me. Yeah, I think. Is that better now? Can you not see me better?
Yeah, but just move it. Just keep it still in it. All right, Callum's asking, awesome content. Ask, who is your favorite fighter of all time?
My best favorite fighter of all time.
Yeah.
My favorite fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali. You have to say.
Both of your favorite fighters. Yeah, I'd probably say. I don't know. I've got so many. Probably Pacquiao, Ali, guys like that. They're my favorites. I would probably say, yeah. I'd probably say Pacquiao. I'd probably say Pacquiao and Ali. All right. Okay. So in terms of the fight, okay, if Khan was to fight Conor Benn, how do you see that one going?
I think it can either go two ways. I think Khan could stop him early, or I think Conor Benn might hustle him. But I don't know how much Khan's really got left, and I don't really know how good Conor Benn is. But obviously, we'll see when he fights Vargas how good he is. But I don't know how good Conor Benn is. He's still unproven.
What do you think of the Conor Benn v Vargas fight?
Good fight, very good fight. Conor Benn's first test, in my opinion, proper test. The other test that he had, that guy wasn't very good. He wasn't someone that was going to throw a lot of punches, whereas Vargas is going to throw a lot of punches. So you've got to realize his chin will be tested, his heart will be tested. With the other fight he had against Sebastian Formella, he didn't really test any of those things. He didn't take him into the deep end. I think Vargas will take him into the deep end. That's the difference in this fight. He will be hit. He will be getting hurt, and he's going to have to show his resilience in this fight. Will he be able to do it? That's obviously, we need to wait and see. But from the fights he has fought so far, he has shown a lot of heart and will.
Right. Khan and Brook, how do you see that one go?
I think Khan will get rid of him in the first 2-3 rounds. I think that's going to be a quick and explosive fight. I can't see Brook winning that fight. I think his confidence is too low after that bad loss against Crawford. He got taken out in 3 rounds. You know, he was supposed to be one of Crawford's hardest fights, and
I think it was 4 rounds, not 3 rounds.
No, it was 3 rounds. It was
no, it was 4. I was 4. I'm pretty certain it was 4 rounds.
So whatever, 3 or 4, it turned out to be. It was supposed to be one of Crawford's hardest fights, and it actually turned out to be one of his easiest fights of his career. So I don't think Brook's there mentally at the moment. I don't think he'll last long in there with Khan. I think Khan might just get him early in the first 2-3 rounds.
So do you think this will happen? Because obviously Amir Khan is saying that Brook, there's no response from his team. There's no response from Kell Brook's team.
I think they'll eventually respond. It's just too much money just not on the table to just give away. I think obviously Brook will respond. But obviously maybe he's just taking some time out, maybe talking to his family, etc., talking to Eddie. We don't know what the situation is at the moment. But yeah, I think he'll take the fight. I just think it's a matter of time. And that fight will be made.
Let's move on then. Let's move on to what's going on with Terence Crawford. What do you think is going to happen there? Who do you think Terence Crawford's going to fight?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. So, like they were saying, he was going to fight Sean Porter. Now they're saying, you know, they've got an agreement with Pacquiao. I don't know what's really going on with him. I wouldn't mind seeing him with any of those, preferably Pacquiao. But you know, it is what it is. If he fights any of those guys, I'm happy. I just want to see him in with a stiff test, really, at welterweight. That's someone that's active and someone that is, you know, at the top of the division right now. And Sean Porter and Manny Pacquiao, rightfully, are the 2 best guys. One of the 2 best guys. Well, they're in the top 5 in the welterweight division at the moment. So I think both of those are good fights, to be honest.
Right. Okay. So Adam Kayam is saying, now that Khan is saying he wants it, I don't see it not happening. Do you agree? Do you think that Khan now wants the fight, that this fight will definitely happen now?
We don't know whether it'll definitely happen. We don't know what Brook's going to retire or whether he's going to take the fight. You don't know. Brook's probably still deciding with his family what he wants to do. But if Brook does want one more fight, I think it'll be a good fight to, it'd be a good legacy fight to leave on, the Khan fight. But let's see, we don't know. He might retire. His body might not be able to take it anymore. So, going in there, a fight's a fight at the end of the day. He needs to look at his health. But let's see what he does, whether he chooses to fight Khan or not.
What do you think could stop this fight from happening? What do you think could stop Amir Khan v. Kell Brook happening?
Money. Splits. If Khan demands like a stupid split, like 90-10 or 80-20 or something, I think it should just be a 50-50 fight straight down the middle, to be honest. I think that's the easiest, quickest way to make a fight. But obviously, if Khan does demand something stupid, then I don't know.
Mike Williams is saying Khan is past it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't beat any of the other good welterweights, to be honest. I can't see it.
Adam Kayam is saying Brook's eye damage is the biggest factor and possibly the weight.
To be honest, even before the eye damage, how good was Kell Brook? We never really seen him in there apart from he fought Sean Porter and had a close fight versus Sean Porter. But even before the eye damage, how good really was Kell Brook? He was an okay fighter. I don't think the weight has anything to do with it. I think he'll struggle at 154 as well against those champions like Charlo and that. I don't think they're easy fights. He's as good as Brooks. As good as
Yo, Salman, get the light on. Get the light on so then your video's clear. Because at the minute it's dark right now. Get the light on.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's so fine. Personally, so fight should have happened before the eye damage. Yeah. Do you agree? Do you think the fight should have happened a long time ago before the fight? How big do you think this fight would have been if it happened, just say, 10 years ago?
Would have been massive, of course. You lot see me better now.
Yeah. It's better. Yeah. Well, one of the biggest fights in British boxing history.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly at that time, anyways. Obviously, we'd be coming off a recession. It would have been massive. Would have been huge. Oh crap! Yeah, sorry about that. It's just come off the stand. Spare with me 1 second. Don't take me
Yeah.
down.
So how big? How big do you think it would have been? How big? We're talking about.
Would have been massive. As I said,
How big though?
As I said, probably one of the biggest fights in British boxing history, certainly at the time, anyways. Obviously, not as big as something like a Joshua Fury, but obviously it would have been massive 10 years ago. It definitely would have been the biggest fight in British boxing history 10 years ago, for sure. Before Joshua was around, before Fury was around, for sure. Maybe what other bigger fight would you pick than that? I don't know. I think Kell Brook was probably the biggest out of the lot, to be honest, in my opinion, anyways.
So we got some questions here. It goes, fight should happen. Okay, it was a stadium fight in their prime. Amir Khan is saying that it's still a stadium fight. According to Adam, that it was a stadium fight in their prime. But Amir Khan is still saying that it will sell out Old Trafford. Do you agree?
I believe so, yeah.
You reckon?
Obviously, you got to realize because of COVID and stuff now, we don't know whether stadiums can be full, but it will definitely do the max capacity, that's for sure.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it'll do the max capacity, 100%.
You think it fills out Old Trafford? That's like 70, 80,000. 70,000, I think.
Yeah, I think it does, to be honest. I think it does.
I don't know about that. Why do you think it does 70,000? What, two guys past their best? A lot of the fans saying that they're not interested, they don't want to see it, and you think it does 70,000?
I think so, yeah. I still think there's a good proportion of fans that would go to that.
What, 70,000?
I think so.
Nah, I don't think so. Some people are saying it's an O2 fight.
A what?
An O2 fight.
Nah, I think it'll sell out a stadium.
I don't think it sell out Old Trafford.
I don't know, but I think it would. But how many pay-per-views does it? How many pay-per-view buys does it? Not too sure, to be honest. I don't really know. Maybe 500,000-600,000.
Do you reckon 500-600? You're going for a big one there. 500,000-600,000 pay-per-view buys.
No, that'll all be from the UK mainly.
Yeah, UK. That's what I mean. Yeah, UK.
Yeah, UK probably 500,000-600,000. Yeah.
Khan, it's an attractive champ player is saying Khan v Thurman.
Nah, I think Thurman in his last fight put up a good fight against Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get blown away. It was a close fight. It was a what? Was it a unanimous decision or was it a majority decision?
Split decision.
So you got to realize he had a good fight with Manny Pacquiao. So I can't see him beating Thurman personally. I think that Thurman that fought Pacquiao would have beaten Khan personally. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
Realize sure. if he's giving Pacquiao a good fight, I think he'd beat Khan. I think that same Thurman would beat Khan personally. I think he would out-muscle Khan. I think he would get Khan.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I can't see Thurman losing that fight. Certainly against Khan. I don't see it. I think Thurman's got a lot of heart and a lot of grit and determination. You know, he was down heavy in that first round and he came back. He came back and, you know, he got himself back in the fight. If it wasn't for that knockdown, he could have even potentially won the fight. You know, because then you got to realize psychologically and mentally when you get knocked down,
your voice is cutting up. Your voice is cutting up.
What?
Your voice is cutting up. Speak now.
Yeah, your voice is cutting up as well. I think there's some bad connection around at the moment.
Hi, Ahmed. I hope you're well. Is your voice cutting up?
Yeah, your voice is cutting up as well.
I don't know what's going on. Guys, can you hear us? says the connection is excellent.
It's screeching. It's not my connection. It's just the stream.
Yeah, guys, can you hear us? Guys, can you hear us?
Maybe it might be a case of just starting the stream again.
Guys, can you hear us? Why is it not working? We hear you. They hear me, but not you. It's you. It's you.
Yeah, but I don't know what. I've not clicked anything. I've not pressed anything. I don't know. Maybe you have to restart the stream.
All right. Okay. So you're gonna have to sort it out from your end. Wherever it's you that come back in, disconnect, and then come back in again. All right, guys. So yeah, all right, that's fine. This is the most scuffed stream. No disrespect. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what's happened. Normally it's really good. Come back in now. So let me get him back. Come back in. We can, if you. That's good. You can hear me. Yeah. As I was saying, I think it makes. I think the Khan Brook fight is obviously a big fight here in the UK. Guys, keep sending your questions in. Keep sending your questions in. We can hear you. Keep sending questions in. The more questions you send, the better. Keep sending your questions in. Keep sending your questions in, guys. Keep sending your questions in. Who do you think, Brook or Khan? I've got Khan early stoppage. I just think that his hand speed, he's still got the X factor, and I think he'll probably stop Kell Brook. I think he'll probably stop him and knock him out. But again, like I said, I've said it before, it can go either way. Brook could probably knock Khan out as well. He could probably knock Khan out as well. So it's one of them. It's one of them that it could go either way. It could go either way. So I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It's one of them. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. I don't know. I don't know what's. I think it could go either way. Personally, I think it could go either way. Who do you think this is the most? Keep sending your questions in, guys. Keep sending your questions in. Otherwise, it gets dull. Keep sending your questions in. I'm gonna have to multi-stream from tomorrow. I'm gonna start multi-streaming to my Facebook as well, because I need more people in. I need more people in. Do you think Khan should fight someone younger like Conor? I think it's a good. I think Conor would be a good fight. I think Conor will be a good fight. But I think the Brook fight makes financial more sense for him. I think it makes a lot more sense. I don't think the Conor Benn fight is a fight that he's looking at. He's not even talking about it, if I'm honest with you. He's talking about the Brook fight. So I don't think he's really interested in Conor Benn. Robert Harrison, you still say if Billy Joe won, would you rematch Canelo and not go for the undisputed? If you say if Billy Joe won, you go rematch and not go. Yeah. I wouldn't go for the why go for the undisputed when the big money fight would be with Canelo? It'd be a huge fight. Imagine how big the rematch would be. It would be massive, and it'd probably get paid mega millions for that. So yeah, it'd be stupid for Billy Joe to go for the undisputed. I'd take the Canelo fight. You'd already be unified champion. I think he should fight Canelo. Yeah, I would definitely urge him to take the Canelo fight, because it's at the end of the day, financially, it makes a lot more sense. And if you beat a guy once already, then it would make a lot more sense just to fight him again. So yeah, I would definitely get him to take the Canelo rematch for sure, 100%. 100%, 1,000,000%. So now I've got Ahmed. I really want is to Pacquiao v Crawford. Yeah, I think that might get made, you know. I think the Pacquiao Crawford fight might get made. I think it might get made. Let's see. Salman's back in. Speak.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. So Salman, Ahmed is asking, right? He goes, I really want it to be Pacquiao v Crawford. Get your camera straight. Get your camera straight.
Yeah, straight now.
All right, okay. So Ahmed is asking, he really wants Pacquiao v Crawford. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think that's a good fight. I think that can happen. Will it happen though? I don't think so at the moment because of the pandemic. But I think that's a fight that will happen down in the future, maybe end of this year, maybe next year. Let's see. Hopefully it happens as soon as.
Do you think Pacquiao will fight Crawford? Because we've been hearing about this Pacquiao Crawford one for so long, but it's never seems like it's getting made. It's so frustrating that this fight never seems to get made. Do you think now it'll finally get made, or do you think it won't get made?
I think it will get made. I just think everything has its time. I think it will get made eventually, but probably late this year, probably next year. I don't think it'll happen within the next 5-6 months because of the pandemic. I don't know where they're going to stage the fight, where there's interest.
Okay, so we got Coach Lamont here. How are you, Coach Lamont? He goes Khan v Broner. What do you think of Khan v Broner?
I personally think they're both, obviously, yeah, I think that would be a good fight. A good little payday for both of them, really. I think Broner wants that.
Is it a big fight? Is it a big fight?
Yeah, but it would have to happen in America, I think. I don't think could even happen in the UK, but I think that fight would probably be better in America because Broner's obviously a lot bigger in America than he is in the UK.
Right. So attractive champ player saying Brook would stop Khan by eye socket damage.
Brook would stop Khan what?
By eye socket damage.
You mean the other way around, or?
No. I think he's having. I think he's probably making a joke out of it. I don't know. Do you think How do you think that fight goes?
I think you already asked me. I think Khan stops him. 2 to 3 rounds.
Right. Okay. Richard Brown says hello, Imran. Hi, Richard. I hope you're well. Robert Harrison says, how you see Khan Kell Brook playing out?
Same thing I just said, 2-3 rounds, and I think Brook will be gone. I don't think Brook has the resistance anymore. I don't think his legs are there. I don't think he has that same resistance. I think as soon as he gets hit clean, I think he'll go. All
right. Fight gamer. Oi. Khan should fight Campbell Hatton.
No, that's dangerous.
All right. Okay. It will be Khan v Hatton. Oh no. Okay. Khan v Brook or Broner next. Hopefully. What do you think? Khan v Brook or Broner next?
Brook. Definitely Brook. I don't want him to fight Broner. I'd rather fight Brook.
All right. Guys, get your questions in. So in terms of Khan and Brook, let's talk about how big this would have been like 5 years ago. How big would it have been 5 years ago?
Would have been massive. Probably would have been the biggest up to date at that time, biggest British fight ever. At that point, anyways, I can't see any other fight having topped that unless Fury or Joshua fought at that time. But obviously, they're looking to fight now. That's the only fight I can see that would have surpassed it. Yeah, I think that would have definitely been the biggest fight in British boxing history at that time if it had happened 5 or 10 years ago.
All right. Okay. Says Fight Gamer is asking, Conor Benn is the best fight for Khan in my opinion right now.
Well, what do you think that? Well, I don't agree. Why would you say that?
Say why you don't agree then.
I don't agree because obviously Khan obviously looking for, Khan's at the end of his career. Conor Benn's at the start of his career. Khan's looking for a payday. The biggest paydays now. He's only got a couple more fights, as he said. Him fighting Conor Benn will only ruin his legacy. If he loses to someone like Conor Benn, all them good nights he has had, will go down the drain. And I don't think he's willing to. I don't think he's prepared mentally to have to go through that. So I don't think he will fight Conor Benn.
Okay, so who's asking? So 1 second. We've got Conor Benn. I seen somewhere that Kell's dad doesn't want the fight. Kell's dad don't want the fight. Why don't you think Kell Brook wants that fight now? If that's the truth. Apparently, Kell Brook now, Amir Khan said in a Sky Sports interview today that that he's not getting a response from Kell Brook's side. Maybe
he wants to retire. Maybe he feels like he's shot worn and he's not. He can't do it anymore. If he's not giving a response, maybe that means he's just going to sail off into the sunset and he's not fighting anymore. No,
but there's also other options on there for Brook, like Chris Eubank. There's fighting at 154 against some of the top guys at 154. What Kell Brook is? Do you think it's a case where Kell Brook is trying to negotiate, like trying to play hard to get so we can get the best deal possible? Do you think it's negotiation tactics from Kell Brook?
I don't think so. I think he might genuinely retire personally because he had a hard fight last time and he got knocked out and it wasn't. And he's like, that's never happened to me before. And when stuff like that happens, stuff that's never happened to you before, maybe it's time to call it a day. I don't think he's trying to play hard at all, personally, because if this isn't on Amir Khan's terms, this fight doesn't happen.
Okay, so Ahmed says Khan would never fight Conor Benn, etc., or any upcoming youngster because of his big ego. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Why?
Because he has everything to lose. He isn't going to give someone coming up a chance to, dent his legacy. No way.
Yeah, but the matter of fact is that if the fight does big numbers and and Eddie Hearn can give him enough money for the fight, just say Eddie Hearn goes to him and he says, "I'll offer you $3.5–4 million for the fight." I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he would. I'm just saying if he offers him a bag load of money and says this is what you can make for this fight, why wouldn't Amir Khan fight Conor Benn? Because it's not. He should beat Conor Benn really if he gets himself in shape. That's a fight he should win. Let's be honest. It's a fight he should win.
Yeah, it's a fight he should win. But obviously, if obviously Eddie Hearn's willing to put the money up of that, as you said, like maybe that sort of amount, then maybe.
Why is he fighting? Why is he fighting Kell Brook? He's fighting Kell Brook because it's a big fight and it's a big payday. So if Eddie Hearn can offer him the similar, hey,
but it's not going to be a similar payday, is it?
What's not going to be a similar payday?
Conor Benn versus Khan compared to.
But how do you know that? This is what I'm saying, that if Eddie Hearn can match that or get near that with the Conor Benn fight, why wouldn't he fight Conor Benn?
I don't think it matches that, but obviously everyone has their opinion. I don't think, Conor Benn's not really that big at the moment. He's not that big. How many people know him?
I think the fact that it's a Khan fight and it's a British fight.
More people are still calling, although the fight's obviously not as big now, but still people probably would rather see him fight Brook than to fight Conor Benn. Conor Benn's not. You go down the street and ask who Conor Benn is, I don't think they'll know who that is.
Right. Okay. So let's talk. Let's answer some questions. I think Khan should fight someone his age. Fighting someone young is dangerous because Khan isn't in his prime. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. And that's why he's fighting Brook. That's why he wants to fight Brook. They're both at the end of their career. That's why he's fighting Brook. That's why he's fighting Brook, because they're both at the similar stages. That's why it makes sense. Conor Benn's up and coming. He needs to fight. Conor Benn, what Conor Benn wants to do right now, he wants the Khan fight for experience. Right? But Khan's looking at it, what do I have to gain? Unless, as you said, there's massive money to be made for Khan, then yeah, he might entertain it, but I don't believe it. I don't believe there is. I don't think he'll get over 5 million for that. No chance. I don't think so. He got 5 million for Terence Crawford. So he ain't getting 5 million for Conor Benn. They might offer him like 2 million tops.
Yeah, but remember big domestic fights gain interest. Remember, this would be a big domestic fight. This would gain a lot of interest. This would be this would be a domestic, a young guy, a hot prospect coming up against a guy that's on the slide, a guy that was great in his prime on the slide. So that would make for a big fight. Whereas the Khan and Brook fight are two guys that way past their best, and nobody seems to be interested in it. But people are interested in Conor Benn's career because they're waiting. They don't know where he's going to go. They're thinking, is he going to be good enough for world level? Is he going to be able to win a world title? So that would be a good yardstick. So people would tune in for that. They always tune in when it's an up and coming prospect against a guy that's sliding over the hill or is over the hill. It's always a good watch. A guy that was great in his prime against an up and comer. That's always going to be a good watch, don't you think?
Yeah, it might be a good watch, but as I said to you, Khan doesn't really care about that. He's looking at his own. He ain't looking at it from the fans' perspective. It's a good watch. He's looking at it if he's getting the right payday. He wants that. You got to realize the fighter obviously looks at it. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, like I'm doing it for the fans." They're not like, yeah, of course, you know, to an extent, yeah, you can say that, but come on. Let's be realistic. Khan's doing it. If Khan does fight Conor Benn, it's going to be for his own career or whatever, you know, have whatever he wants. You know, it's going to be on his terms. You know, even if he fights Brook, it's going to be on his terms. You know, unless he's fighting a bigger name like Pacquiao, then fair enough, it might not be on his terms. But I don't think that fight's that big, Conor Benn versus Khan, personally.
Okay, Richard Brown is asking, Frampton v Herring, who you got? It's on Channel 5. Yeah, Richard, I know it's on Channel 5. Personally, I got Herring. I think Herring is the bigger man. Frampton's moving up to become a 3-weight world champion. I think Herring will maybe too big for him. Personally, I think Herring is a taller man. He might be a bit too big. So I favor Herring in that fight. Salman, have you got a preference in that fight?
I don't really know Herring. I know Frampton though. What you saying that Herring's tall? He's like awkward.
Bigger. He's bigger. He's the bigger man. He's the bigger man out of the two.
Yeah. So you got to realize Frampton's a small guy.
He's the guy that's sparring with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's friend.
Yeah. I know who that is. I've not seen much of his fights, but you got to realize if the guy's a smaller man, you know, Frampton's going to be a lot smaller. The guy can beat him at the end of his jab. He can jab his nut in all night, and he won't be able to get past that. Yeah, he's rough and tough, Frampton, but if you keep someone at the end of the jab, there's not much you can really do unless you're a really, really skillful boxer, which I don't.
Hear me? Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, can you hear me? Yeah, it's back to normal. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So yeah, you're right about Frampton. Herring. What about Conor Benn? Is up and coming, and he's a name. Yeah, Conor Benn is up and coming, and he is a name. I think Conor Benn is a good fighter. I think he's up and coming. But is Amir Khan gonna want that fight? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think he is gonna want that fight, to be honest. In my opinion, Brook wants to fight Eubank. So Fight Gamer says that he feels that Brook wants to fight Eubank. What's your take on that?
I don't agree. I don't think he wants to fight Eubank. And what weight will that fight happen at? Why would he want to fight Eubank? That doesn't make sense. He'd have to be going up crazy weight again. You know, the guy's coming off a devastating loss, man. Why would he want to go up and fight Eubank? That's dangerous. You know, it's not even his own weight. Personally, I think he knows inside that if he goes up to fight Eubank now, he'll get out hustled. I don't think Brook can take someone like a Eubank right now. Someone like that. It's going to be ferocious. You know, maybe in his prime, but not now. No chance. I wouldn't risk that. I think Eubank will get. I think Eubank will beat him. All
right. Robert Harrison's asking, you see Dillian White Wilder being made and who you got winning?
Personally, a lot of people are talking about that fight, but I don't believe that fight happens. I don't think that happens. I think Wilder's looking at Ruiz, Joshua, Fury. I think he's going to wait until whatever happens with Joshua Fury and Chris Arreola and Ruiz, and then take it from there. But those are the three biggest fights out there for him. Four. Andy Ruiz, Tyson Fury, Joshua, and Dillian White. Those are the four biggest fights out there for Wilder. I just think Wilder would prefer to probably fight Andy Ruiz because it's in his stable. Fight's a lot easier to be made. And you got to realize Ruiz beat Joshua. So him beating Ruiz then puts him back up there with Joshua and the winner of Joshua. If he goes out and beats Ruiz, Wilder, he's then next in line for sure for Joshua against the winner of Joshua and Fury. He's in line for the winner of that, hands down, because obviously Ruiz beat Joshua, so it'll be creating. If Wilder can chin him, that'll be a big statement, you know. So maybe he might prefer that option over Dillian White. Dillian White got knocked out against Joshua, so you got to realize that, and he got knocked out cold as well. So I think he'd prefer Andy Ruiz, and I think Andy Ruiz is a harder fight as well than Dillian White for Wilder.
Says Jamal Nassar is asking, do you think Floyd ducked Khan?
Do I think Floyd ducked Khan? It can seem that way, but I don't think, from Floyd's resume, I don't think he was scared of anyone. I don't think he was scared of Khan. It might have seemed that way at that time, but you got to realize Khan never really put himself in a position where where he would obviously, when he lost to Danny Garcia, that kind of took that away. If he had beaten Danny Garcia and then went on a good winning run, then we could have said that, listen, that fight should have happened, you know. But I think that fight, I think if he had beaten Garcia that time, I think he would have got the Mayweather fight, in my opinion. But I think that loss cost him. And then after that, I don't think, he fought Alexander. Khan fought Alexander. He beat Alexander. And then he was probably thinking, then he fought Maidana. And then he probably thought that it was the last fight. And then he picked Andre Berto. You know, that could be many reasons. You know, he fought Pacquiao. Pacquiao was his second last fight. And then he fought Andre Berto. Could it, personally, who I think he should have fought Khan rather than Berto. I think Khan was obviously better than Berto, but you got to realize he's fought everyone, really. He's fought everyone. He fought Canelo. He fought Oscar De La Hoya. He fought loads of names. He fought all the best. Cotto. You can't call someone like that a ducker or a dodger. Certainly when he's got a resume like that. Leaving off Khan off there, people ain't gonna be going mad that you've left out Khan. I think he's still resume, still the best out there. I don't think he docked Khan. I don't think someone like that. He always says that, he doesn't really, obviously when he gets questioned about Khan, he just keeps referring to the Canelo situation for some reason, but it is what it is. I don't think he docked him though.
Why don't you think about it though? Khan would have been a way bigger money fight than a lot of the guys that he faced, but he didn't decide to face him. Why?
Yeah, maybe then someone like Robert Guerrero or someone like that, but we don't know at that point what he was thinking. I think Khan was maybe at 140 at that point. I don't know. I think obviously that, as I said, I think personally that Danny Garcia loss really pushed Amir Khan back. I think if he had beaten Danny Garcia and then maybe won another couple fights, maybe he would have got the Mayweather fight, But I think after the Pacquiao fight, I think he obviously thought that, I'll give a fellow American a shot or whatever. He fought Andre Berto and then just called it a day, really. I don't think he docked him, though. I wouldn't say that, because you can't have that good of a resume and then say he's fought fighters better than Khan. So you can't really say he docked him. Like, let's be honest. Like, if his resume wasn't that good and he had fought mediocre opponents, then fair enough. But I think there's a lot of fighters on that resume that are way better than Khan, like Canelo, Miguel Cotto. You can say Oscar De La Hoya. Who else? Manny Pacquiao. Who else? Probably loads others as well that are on there. Castillo. Corrales. Toro Gatti. So many good fighters he's got on there. I don't think he's the type of guy that would duck a fighter.
Guys, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Everybody in the video, everyone in the live stream, smash the like button. Get the likes up. Everyone smash the like button. The more likes, the more clout the stream gets. So smash the like button. Smash the like button. Okay, so let's answer some more questions. Brooks not passing on the Khan fight, just playing little games. Do you agree? Do you think Brooks not passing up on the Khan fight? He's just playing games. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think he's playing games at the moment. But he'll either retire. He'll either make the decision, all right, am I retiring or fighting Khan? Because who wants to lose out on a big payday like that? That'll probably be his big payday as well, man. You know, he might be making a few million there, you know. He could set his kids up for life with that sort of money, you know. So he ain't gonna pass up on it. Certainly if he's making 2, 3, 4 million, you know. So definitely he'll take the fight. He'll take the fight. You know, he wants a few quid for sure. Like, I think he'll take the fight. You know, money talks at the end of the day. I don't care. Obviously, he's at the end of his career now. He's not thinking about legacy. He's thinking about where the biggest paydays are now. You know, and the biggest payday is against Khan. It's not against anyone else. He fought Crawford. That was his legacy, and he lost. He isn't going to become a champion at 147 now. You know, he had his shot against Crawford. He couldn't do it. He lost. So what's the next thing for him? It's a big money fight against Amir Khan. You know, and that'll be like, who is the best in Britain at that weight? Is it Khan or is it Brook?
Fight Gamer. He's looking. So Kell Brook. Richard Brown is asking, Kell Brook's mind may not be in a good place after what Crawford did to him. Probably doubting himself, probably not sure if he wants to continue. That's why he's not responded to Khan. That's my opinion. That's what Richard said. Yeah,
I agree. 100% agree. He's not going to respond at the minute. He's probably contemplating retirement at the moment. You know, he's probably speaking to his wife, kids, dad, that, you know, do I really want to fight now? Do I really want to carry on fighting? Because, yeah, money's good. Don't get me wrong, but your health is more important. And if you're going into a fight like that, you can't have second thoughts that, oh, you know, I'm not fit or I'm shot. I'm finished now. You can't be thinking like that. So you got to realize he could potentially be contemplating retirement. You know, Khan didn't fight him all them years where he was begging. Literally, he was begging. He was like, he even said on Sky Sports, I'll make him the A side to put him on his backside or whatever. So you got to take these things into. He was begging for that fight. Like, Khan didn't really care about the fight. Khan doesn't have nowhere to go now. So he's probably thinking as a last option, I'll just fight this guy and shut him up now. You know, he's at the end of his career. He's not looking very good. That's why he's fighting now. That's why he probably wants to fight him, because Khan doesn't have nowhere to go himself.
Ahmed asking, it would only happen if Khan definitely thought he could win. If Khan thinks any youngster like Ben is a threat, he won't risk it. Do you agree with that? I don't agree with that. Let me just give my opinion. Ahmed, I don't agree with that. I think Brook is still more of a risk than Conor Benn. I don't know whether people are overhyping Conor Benn right now. Conor Benn's still a young fighter. He's still got a lot to prove. I just don't agree. I don't agree with the fact that Amir Khan, if the money was put on the table, that he would avoid that kind of fight. Why? At the end of the day, he's beaten the names. You don't lose your legacy. Like Barrera lost to Khan, he didn't lose his legacy. When you beat names, everybody knows what you were back in the day. To be honest, in my opinion, he'll get more credit for beating a young guy like someone like Ben, who's up and coming, than beating someone like even Kell Brook. Because Kell Brook, everybody thinks he's finished. Everybody thinks he's finished. Salman, before giving your opinions, guys, smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Everybody that's in, smash that like button. Pound that like button. So, Salman, what do you make of what I just said there? That I don't think he would be afraid of fighting Conor Benn. I think he would fight Conor Benn in a
I don't think
heartbeat.
he's afraid. I don't think he's scared. But as I said to you, if it makes sense, if the money side makes sense and it makes sense to fight Conor Benn, then I think he would take the fight. He's definitely not scared. He's fought fighters way better than Conor Benn. He's not scared. Fighters aren't scared, you know. They do that for a living. He's not scared of Conor Benn. Like, I don't know anyone that thinks that's stupid, really, because we don't even know if Conor Benn's going to get past Samuel Vargas. So you've got to realize these things.
Is Conor Benn going to get past Samuel Vargas? That's the question. Is he going to get past Samuel Vargas? You haven't answered the question.
I don't know whether he comes past Samuel Vargas. I think it's going to be a tough, grueling fight. It could go 50. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't really know if he's going to come past Vargas or not. You know, look, as I said to you, this is his first proper test. The other guy was a punch bag. He didn't throw no punches. We only see how good someone is.
Formella.
Yeah, he was a punch bag. If he was punching back, then we can say, all right.
That guy was known for fighting Sean Porter, going the distance with Sean Porter. He was known for that. That's it. He wasn't no top elite fighter. People made that big thing out of that.
Yeah, but he was a known punch bag. That's what I'm saying. So what don't you get what I'm saying? That he was a durable guy, but didn't throw no punches. If you don't throw no punches back, he was like Ben's whiskers weren't tested. The only time they've been tested were against Peno, and Peno's not on that level.
Guys, smash the like button. Guys, smash that like button. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Smash that like button. Guys, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. Smash the like. Okay, let's leave some questions. All right. Okay, so it says here, Fight Gamer says Hooker sparred with Crawford and look what Ortiz did to him. So Hooker sparred with Crawford and look what Ortiz did to him. Because I agree, just because Crawford sparring with somebody, that doesn't mean that fighter that he's sparring with is going to be great. No, I'm not saying that. But my thing about Herring was, if that's what you're alluding to, Herring's a bigger man. Herring's the bigger. That's why I think he's going to outbox Frampton. But if Frampton can get on the inside and make it a dogfight, we don't know whether Herring's got the motivation anymore. Crawford, Salman Ahmed is saying if Crawford will beat every 147-pounder. Show your energy. What do you think about that?
I don't agree. I definitely don't.
Who do you think he don't beat?
I think he could lose to Errol Spence. I think he could lose to Keith Thurman. I think he could lose to Manny Pacquiao. You know, it's how can he's not fought any of the top 147-pounders yet. How can people say that? I don't get it. He's not even beaten someone like a Sean Porter or a Danny Garcia yet. Like, although I think he would beat Danny Garcia. I think Sean Porter's more of a tricky fight. But I don't know what people are basing this on. Who's he fought at 147? Who's he fought? Kell Brook, finished. Khan. He's not a big welterweight. Yeah, he's not.
Benavidez was a good win. Yeah, Benavidez was a guy that was troubling him.
Come on, guys.
Hey,
Benavidez. Come on, let's be honest. He was on one leg. He was.
Stop it. Benavidez was a good win.
And also, you got to realize. I think they squared up Spence and Crawford, and he was like that. Benavidez, like Spence was like Benavidez was my sparring partner, man. He's like that guy. He's like, I used to punish him in sparring. Like he's
Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao.
Jeff Horn. Yeah, but it was really default, really. Let's be real. Let's be really honest about that. Jeff Horn's not. You know, Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. He didn't win the fight. It was a default. It was just like one of them ones where he got the decision in his home country, but he didn't win the fight. He didn't win that fight. You know, Teddy Atlas told him to his face, mate, you didn't win this. You just robbed someone in your own backyard. So I don't see him. If everyone's saying that he lost, it means he's lost and he's just been robbed. So Pacquiao got robbed in that fight. Horn's not very good. Horn isn't even as good as someone like a Khan, in my opinion.
Jamal Nassar is saying that Floyd should have fought Khan instead of Maidana.
Floyd should have fought Khan instead of Maidana. When you look at history, I wouldn't say so.
Why? Oh no, that's Maidana, rubbish.
Maidana gave Mayweather his hardest fight.
Maidana gave when Maidana gave it, but at the time he did a poll and Amir Khan won that poll on his page. Amir Khan won the poll and Floyd ducked that fight. Let's be honest, he ducked that fight. You have to be real here. He did duck it at that time.
But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Maybe the poll on his page was for Khan, But then again, what Mayweather said, what about the poll on the other pages?
Oh, that's no. That's just Mayweather looking for excuses now. Come on. You can't. Come on.
But as I said, you know, if you look back in history, that fight was a very, very good fight in the history books. But I don't know. Maybe he was trying to get back for Adrian Broner. I don't know. At that point, they were mates. I don't know. But it was definitely a good fight. I think the second fight, he beat him more convincingly. I think personally, what he should have done is given Khan the fight the second time. When he fought Maidana the second time.
Yeah, I agree. I think that should have been. I think that should have been Khan and Mayweather. I think Mayweather had 2 fights with Maidana, and Khan should have. Listen, Mayweather always did that. When he thought the fight was close, he ran it back. Oscar De La Hoya was close, but he didn't run that one back, and he ran Castillo back because a lot of people thought he lost. Or Maidana deserved something from the fight against Mayweather. So I think Mayweather wanted to prove that he could beat him comfortably, which he did the second time. So Bradley Doherty is asking. Canelo don't duck no one. If he feels he could be hard night, weight clauses have been used in the past. Canelo don't duck no one. If he feels he could be hard night, weight clauses have been put in the past. What do you make of what Bradley Doherty says there, that Canelo used to, if he feels it's a hard fight, he uses weight clauses to drain the guy?
You got to realize he's fighting at unnatural weight now. He's a smaller man anyways at these weights. 175. It's not like he fought Kovalev at 175. He's not a natural 175 pounder. Maybe when he was 154, 147, maybe 160 to an extent, but not 168. I don't think so. Those guys are massive themselves. You got to give Canelo credit here. He's a good fighter. He's not someone that can't fight. He's a top quality. He's pound for pound #1 fighter at the moment. I don't think there's any weight restrictions for this fight he's having against Billy Joe. I think they both can hydrate after. So it's even.
Yeah, but Billy, when there's a threat, when he feels that there's a guy that's bigger, stronger, dangerous, then he puts weight clauses there. I don't personally agree with that. Yeah. Everyone uses their power to their advantage. And I think Canelo's no different. Canelo uses his power and his pull power that he has to his advantage. I don't think you can say that. I don't think he's doing anything that any great in the past wouldn't do, to be honest. Or in recent time anyway. Let's be honest, Canelo learned off Mayweather very well. Bradley then goes on to ask, Salman, be interested to see if Kell trains as Dominic Ingle has stated he should retire and is well past his best. So Dominic Ingle, the ex-trainer, I don't know whether he'll go back to him if he decides to fight Khan. The ex-trainer of Kell Brook said that Kell Brook is well past it and he should retire. Do you agree? Do you think Kell Brook should take the Khan fight, or do you think he should just retire?
It just depends how he is mentally. I don't know how he is mentally. But if he's in a bad place mentally, I think he should retire and sail off into the sunset. But if he thinks he still has something to prove, if he has some, because you got to realize it's health over wealth, doesn't it? At the end of the day, you can make a few quid, but if he fights Khan and gets badly injured and sustains life-threatening injuries, then it's not worth it. Certainly if your mind and body are not fully there, But let's see what happens. Hopefully he is all right and he does fight Khan.
Guys, smash the like button. Everybody in the video, can you smash the like buttons? Get those likes up. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody in the stream, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Smash that like button. All right, okay. So Fight Gamer is asking, Khan should go fight the 154-pound WBO champ and try win a world title. Do you agree with Fight Gamer here?
Who's the 154 champion of WBO?
I'm pretty sure it's Castano. Brian, I think it's Castano. Brian Castano is the other. I think Jamal Charlo holds the other 3 belts. And I think it's Brian Castano, who's a very good fighter. I think Brian Castano. Yeah, light middleweight title. Yeah, I believe it's Brian Castano. He's the WBO light middleweight held a light middleweight title since February. Yeah, it's Brian Castano, who's a very good fighter. Khan doesn't beat Brian Castano, and he 1,000,000% don't beat Jamal Charlo. So, I disagree. I debunk that. I say no chance. Ben would be considered easier fight than Brook. Ben has not proved himself. Would jump at that fight. Totally agree. Bradley says that Amir Khan should jump at a Conor Benn fight over Brook because Ben hasn't proven himself, and Khan should jump at that fight. And he totally agrees with what I said earlier.
Yeah, I think Brook's a harder fight personally at the minute. I think Ben has a lot to prove, and the flaws he does have will come to fruition in this fight against Samuel Vargas.
Do you think do you think people are overlooking Samuel Vargas? Do you think Vargas could knock Ben out? Because I do think Ben's open. Ben likes to have a scrap. He's quite wild and he's quite open to be hit. Do you think Conor Benn could knock? I mean, do you think Samuel Vargas can knock out Conor Benn?
Yep, 100%. Got to realize this guy was nearly taken out by Chris Payne or whatever. That's at a lower level, man. Samuel Vargas has been in there with Khan, Spence. He's been in there with
Garcia, Collazo.
Exactly. He's been in there with bigger and better names, man, than Ben. Ben's not even got, like, no offense to the guy. He's rough and he's scrappy, but I can't see. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to, like, obviously you guys might be supporters and, but he's not got much boxing ability. And without boxing ability, you can only go so far. And it's just like with any sport, skills pay the bills. Like if your skill set is of a standard, you can only go that far. And I can only see him going to European level. I can't. He's not going to be a world champion at 147, is he, Ben? Like he just isn't. He's gonna get to European level. Like he doesn't even beat Avanesian, man. Avanesian would beat him easily. Like he's not got that.
Yeah, but you gotta realize Avanesian is world level. Avanesian is probably top 10 welterweight.
That's what I mean. If Avanesian don't beat Crawford, Avanesian don't beat Spence, Avanesian don't beat Pacquiao, you got to think about these things, And I don't think Ben beats Avanesian. I don't even know if Ben beats Josh Kelly, and Josh Kelly just got battered. So you got to realize these things. How good is Ben? I don't think. Look, personally, I don't think he has the boxing ability to get far. He will get. He might make a few quid like fighting these domestic fighters, but he'll be at that level, European max. He's not a world level fighter, and that's just totally what I'm basing that on, his skill level.
All right. So Fight Gamer says Khan should fight Keith Thurman. Do you agree?
No.
Do you think that would be a good fight? Amir Khan v Keith Thurman or Ugas? Hey,
Ugas.
Yeah, Ugas or Keith Thurman? Fight Gamer's asking.
Probably Keith Thurman. If he's gonna fight one of the two, then I would rather him get. I would rather him.
Yeah, but Ugas is the world champion.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ugas is not everyone. Like everyone knows, if Ugas fights Keith Thurman, 100% Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman will beat him. I think even this Thurman that fought Pacquiao now beats Ugas. I don't think Ugas is better than Keith Thurman. The only guys that I believe that beat Keith Thurman at 147 are Spence, Pacquiao, and Crawford. That's it.
Right. Hamed Ali says 100% Imran. Ben v Vargas is a tough fight, and Samuel Vargas is a lot better than Formella. Vargas has been in with Khan, Ortiz, Garcia, and Errol Spence. I would not be surprised if Vargas beats Ben.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not surprised. A lot of these British fighters, man, they're not that good. A lot of these. I'm not trying to be rude, but a lot of these British fighters aren't that good. I'm never surprised when they lose. It's only the people that just hype them up that this guy's lost. They're not on that level. They're not on that level. Like they're just hyped up to be. They're hyped up, and then when they get found out, they're like, this guy wasn't ever that good, anyways. I'm telling you, I've seen Conor Benn. I've seen fighters like that in the past. That they've been hyped up, and then I've seen his boxing ability, man. You can see, all right, is this guy a future world champion? With his style, right, I can't see him being a future world champion. Like his fundamentals are very poor. He's very open. He doesn't have a great jab, right? His feet work, he's stuck in the mud. Conor Benn, he likes to have a scrap. His feet work isn't there. You can look at few things in a fight and you can see, all right, how far do you believe he can go? That's my prediction anyways. let's see if what I'm saying is correct. But hopefully he does go on to do bigger things. But let's see.
All right, Ahmed goes, Crawford is class. Look at the way he stopped Jeff Horn.
Crawford is class. Sorry.
Crawford is class. Look at the way he stopped Jeff Horn.
Nah, man. You can say that, but, you know, Jeff Horn's not a top-level welterweight, man. Even Errol Spence would beat the brakes off Jeff Horn, man. Until Crawford fights Porter, Spence, Pacquiao, Thurman, or Danny Garcia, he will never, ever get the credit that he really does deserve. Personally, I think he can beat them guys as well. But if he doesn't go in there and prove it, I can't give him the credit. In my opinion, he's below them guys at welterweight at the moment until he steps in with one of those geezers and proves it.
Right. Guys, smash the like button. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the like button. I'd appreciate it. Smash the like button.
Well, if he doesn't get those fights, if he doesn't get those fights, move up to 154. Simple as that.
Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Okay, HR says there's quite a few up and coming Pakistani boxers that have had some fights broadcasted on TV. You think any of them have potential to surpass Khan? Salman, do you think any of the Pakistani boxers that you've seen so far? There's obviously one, Hamza Shiraz, that everyone's talking about. I know you saw him fight. Do you think he can surpass Amir Khan?
Personally, I've not really watched a lot of him, but he's definitely not as good as Amir Khan, that's for sure. You know, you can tell straight away. I don't want to, you know, badmouth anyone, but obviously let's see how far he goes. But he's definitely not got the skills of Amir Khan, if that's what the person's asking, if he's a skillful or, yeah, he might get to European level, might get, hopefully, but what weight is Hamza Shiraz? 147, right?
No, 154.
Yeah, so maybe he'd have to beat Charlo then, I guess.
Yeah, no, but but Charlo might move up anyway. But does he beat like Eggington or Cheeseman? You know what we saw on the weekend, or like Fowler and those type of guys. You know, it's long way, man. I don't even think he beats those guys. Are good, man. Here on the domestic scene at 154 is packing. Now we got Josh Kelly that might move up. Trust me, man. The 154 scene here domestically is tough, man. Richard Brown. What's your thoughts on Haney Linares? I wouldn't be surprised if Linares won that. Listen, I made a video yesterday. Saying that I think Haney could win. I mean, I thought Linares can win that fight. I think Linares is a dangerous fight for Haney. I think it's a very dangerous fight. I think it's a fight that, you know, Linares could easily win, because I don't think Haney's been in there with anyone near Linares' level. I'm just being honest. Haney's not been in there with anyone anywhere near that level, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think he's been in with anyone near that level. So personally, I don't think the fights. I don't think the fight's as one-sided as what people are making it out to be. I think it's a great fight. I do. I think Haney Linares is a great fight. Gamboa was his last. Everyone was saying Gamboa was his last biggest test, right? But personally, I don't think Gamboa was much of a test. I think Gamboa was way past his best. I think Linares is going to be a real test. Linares is a very good fighter, and I think he's going to be a real test for Devin Haney. But like I said, Haney would go into the fight favorite, but I think there's a great chance that Linares could also pull off the upset. It wouldn't shock me at all, because Haney, although he's looked okay early on, he hasn't impressed me that much of late, if I'm honest with you. I think he's kind of been in reverse for me. I don't think he's looked as impressive, if I'm totally honest with you. Guys, smash that like button. Smash that like button. All of you in the chat, smash the like button. I hope you guys all can hear me all clear. Smash the like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. Smash that like button. All right. You have to look at the manner of victory that Crawford has over the 140, 147. Yeah, he has. He's battered everybody. He's won emphatically. I have to give it him. He has definitely looked impressive. He's definitely looked impressive. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it that he has looked impressive. The way he's won, the victories he's had, 100% he's looked impressive. But the level of competition isn't the level of competition isn't as good as the top 147 pounders. Like, we look at the Spencer's fought. Spence fought Mikey Garcia. Spencer's fought Danny Garcia. Spencer's fought who else has Spencer's fought Sean Porter. The competition, Kell Brook more in his prime. Spencer's fought, got the better wins on his resume. However, Crawford right now is looking a beast. You can't say that Crawford's not demolishing these guys. Crawford's going in there and disposing of them. They're not close fights. He's beating them up. He's beating them easy. So you've got to respect that, and you've got to give credit to Crawford, because he's not having tough fights with these guys. He's washing them. So I think you've got to give Crawford a lot of credit for the way he's beating these guys. Attractive champ player said Floyd didn't duck Khan. He knew it was easy to hit and possibly sleep him in the first round. Do you agree with attractive chump player there, Salman? That Floyd didn't duck Khan. He knew Khan was easy to hit and possibly sleep him in the first round. So basically saying that the fight wasn't a fight and it would have been an easy fight for.
I don't know. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know about that, whether it would have been an easy fight or not. But I don't think everyone has their own thoughts. But it wasn't any ducking or anything. It wouldn't have been an easy fight, of course not. I wouldn't have slept him in the first round. That's just being silly. But would he have knocked him out? I don't know. At that specific time, would he have knocked him out? I don't know. Did Mayweather have that punching power at the end of his career? I don't think so. But what he did have, he had a brain. And I don't think, even with Khan, I think Mayweather would have been in there with someone of Khan's level. I don't think Khan's been in there with anyone as clever as Mayweather. The guys he did fight, his top wins are Maidana, Barrera,
Zab Judah,
Collazo,
Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, Andre Kotelnik. These are like his best wins.
Yeah, and they're still way below Mayweather, man.
Yeah, that's true. They are way below. How do you think the fight would have gone? How do you think the fight would have played out between Khan and Mayweather? How do you think that fight would have played out if that fight had happened?
I personally think what would have happened is this: Khan would be throwing those blistering hands, and Mayweather would just time him. And I personally think I do believe that if Mayweather did land a perfect time shot, Khan could have gone over, because the way his style was, he was prone to get hit. And it only takes one on the button. And we know Mayweather, he used to hit people a lot on the button, and obviously we know one of Khan's weaknesses is his chin. So you got to realize some of those punches that may have hit others, that if they hit Khan could have gone down. I'm not saying he would have got rendered unconscious with one shot, because everyone knows Mayweather doesn't carry that power, but that would have had a big impact on the fight. And I don't think Khan would have beaten Mayweather anyways. I think Mayweather's shown, if you look at both of their careers, it's obvious to see that, if you had to pick if you had to bet on it, I would go for Mayweather, because Mayweather's proven that, he's beaten the better. Look, he's beaten better fighters than Khan. Let's
move on from that. John Love says, Ahmed says Crawford destroyed Kell Brook and Errol Spence had to huff and puff to beat Brook with a broken socket too. I personally think it's unfair, because Brook was more fresh when Spence beat him. Crawford fought a more weight drained and finished Kell Brook, to be honest with you, after Spence has smashed his eye socket. So I don't agree with that whatsoever. Salman, do you see it's the same way?
100%. He fought better. You got to realize that was in Crawford fought Brook in America, no crowd, nothing. He wasn't really up for that fight. Whereas he fought Spence 4 years prior to that, right?
In his backyard
with all of his fans, everything. Yeah. He got battered. So you got to realize.
And Spence wasn't a champion. Spence wasn't proven at that point. Exactly. Remember, Spence was just a hot prospect. So Spence went over to the UK and beat Kell Brook when Kell Brook was the champion. Remember, Spence wasn't even a champion. Spence wasn't even a champion, so let's get that in. I think you have to look at the different circumstances. You know, Spence wasn't a massive favorite over Kell Brook. He was a slight favorite. That was like a 50-50 fight. The Crawford-Brook fight was seen as like a 90-10 fight in Crawford's favor. Brook was a heavy underdog in that fight, and Brook was a lot more shot-worn, a lot older, a lot more miles on the clock. John Love says Cash Farouk and Hamza Shiraz are the best of the bunch. World titles pending. John, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like to predict whether a guy that's a hot prospect, guys that are hot prospects. A lot of people, Carl Frampton said that if Hamza Shiraz doesn't win a world title, he will eat his hat. Now, I don't know. I think it's too early to predict, you know. I don't think we can say that about Cash Farouk and Hamza Shiraz, to be honest with you. I think until guys get to that level, right, you can't really say, unless a guy looks special, right? Unless you think Hamza Shiraz and Cash Farouk look special, I think it's too early to predict whether they're going to be a world champions or not. I don't think you can really predict that, especially when guys are not at domestic level. You know, you can't really predict whether they're going to go on to become world champion. It's hard unless they're special. Like, you know, some of the special fighters that we have seen come out, you know, maybe some of the guys that have had the bigger names in British boxing, like a Nazeem Hamed, like a David Haye, like an Amir Khan, you know, like even a Brook, for example, how these guys were walking through the domestic scene and then they went on to win titles. But someone like Hamza Shiraz and Cash Farouk, they still got a long way to go, so I can't really say. Fight gamer Hamed Ali, Horn was linked up with Haram. He was saving Horn for Crawford, and he wouldn't want Khan to fight because he knows it was a risk. He was keeping that fight waiter for Crawford. Yeah, okay. B Hip, Imran grew a beard, bro. Women love man with beard, no girls like a baby face. And Khan can't fight. He is finished. Do you think Khan? So Salman, what's your take? Khan, we've said that. We've already answered that. Canelo could walk away from the sport now and hasn't really ducked or dodged anyone. Do you agree with that, Salman?
Yeah, I think he could. He's beaten a lot of Hall of Fame fighters. He's young though, isn't he? He's only 30 years old. Why would he want to walk away from the sport? He has at least another 5 years. At least.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he'll carry on till he's 35. He might even carry on till he's 40. Because you've got to realize with the nutrition now, you know, with all the things out there now, technology, you can stay on till 40. I think he could stay on another 10 years.
Fair enough.
But do you think to do like? Oh, I've got a question for the people on there. Do people think that, you know, Canelo will be as dominant as Floyd?
Right now he is as dominant as Floyd.
BJS might shock the world with you make a video if he does.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let's just go through this in order. Fight game. Okay. Okay, let's ask Richard. I don't see Ingle working with okay. Salman, Richard Castaway asked a great question. This is a great question. Danny Garcia moving up to 154. Tim Tszyu v. Danny Garcia. Now, Tim Tszyu had a very good win over Dennis Hogan. Tim Tszyu is a 154-pound fighter. I'll answer that one, Richard. I think that would be a great matchup because Tszyu, who's the son of Costa Tszyu, right, hasn't really operated at that world level yet. And Danny Garcia would be a great fight. I don't know whether Danny Garcia would take that fight because I don't know what would be in there for Danny Garcia personally. I don't know what that fight would mean to him. Would it be a big money fight? Would it be a fight that would interest Danny Garcia? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure whether it would interest him, to be honest with you. I don't know whether it would be a fight that interests him at all. I hope for Tim Tszyu's sake, if he wants that fight, I hope it happens because I think it would make a good viewing. I think it would be a great fight for Tim Tszyu. But in terms of, do I think the fight happens? No, I don't. I don't think the fight happens. I think Danny Garcia is going to be looking at a bigger fish, and he's going to be looking at the champions like a Charlo or like Brian Castano if he moves up to 154. I don't think he'll be looking at guys like Tim Tszyu. But that would be a great fight. If I'm honest with you, I would pick Tszyu. I would pick Tszyu, to be honest with you. But again, it's one of them. We just don't know because Tszyu is a bigger man. So I would pick Tszyu, but it's a hard one. It would be a hard one. It would be a hard fight because obviously Tszyu's not really been at that level, and Danny Garcia is obviously a proven world level fighter. You know, his only losses have come against Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Errol Spence, and those are you know, elite fighters. So yeah.
So he beat Horn.
Yeah, he did. Khan or Brook shouldn't fight Ben. Yeah, but Horn's not really. I know Horn beat Pacquiao, but come on, is Horn really a world? Like, let's be honest. Horn got beat by the other guy, the guy that Kell Brook beat, Zarafa. So let's not make out like, you know, he was. Khan or Brook shouldn't fight Ben because it's a high risk, low reward. Salman, do you agree? Do you think it's high risk, low reward?
What, Ben?
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's high risk. I don't know how good he is. It could be low risk, high reward. Actually, we don't know. It depends what. I don't think Conor Benn, as I said, I don't think he's that good. But you know, it just depends. It depends what money's on the table. You know, for the fight. I don't know. As I said, once he fights Vargas, we'll get to know a bit more. You know, I can only give you guys that answer if he beats Vargas comfortably. If he does, then yeah, you might be right. High risk, low reward. It could potentially be that.
All right. Sonny Essex says Kell or Amir to win. We've already said we go Amir Khan on that one. Attractive champ player says Ryan v Linares. Salman, who would you pick if Ryan Garcia fought Jorge Linares?
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I would pick Garcia. I just think Linares is a bit past his best. I think he has a better chance stylistically against Haney. I think Ryan Garcia is too explosive. Although Haney might be the better boxer out of the two, I think Garcia is too explosive. I think Linares is past his best a little, but I think stylistically,
Haney will beat Linares. Watch.
Hey,
Haney will beat Linares.
Nah, I think you're overlooking Linares. Linares is a very good.
I'm not overlooking him. I think he'll be a good fight, but I think Haney's too cute. I don't think Linares will catch him.
I think you're buying into the hype. I think you're buying into the hype of Haney about his defense.
No,
and
I don't
stuff
think.
like that. I think you're buying into the hype.
As good as Mayweather or anything, but I think he'll just beat Linares. I don't think he's as that like killer or anything, but I think he'll beat Linares. I think, you know, he's the thing is, you might have not seen him in there with good fighters, but he's sparred with many good fighters.
Yeah, but sparring's different to fighting.
He'll be ready for Linares, that's for sure. If anyone is ready for Linares, it will be Haney, for sure. He'll be ready for that fight.
All right, guys, listen up. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. Smash the like button. Hit that like button. I'd appreciate if you smash that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Okay, let's answer some questions. Guys, before you do that, make sure to smash that like button. How do you see Teofimo Lopez's next fight going? Teofimo's fighting George Gambosis. I feel Teofimo Lopez should win that fight, but George Gambosis is a very hungry mandatory challenger. He's from Australia. He looked impressive against Lee Selby, and I think this is going to be a very tough fight. If Teofimo takes his eye off the ball here, he could come up a cropper, you know, because Teofimo's been doing a lot of talking. He's been talking a lot, and George Gambosis is no slouch. George Gambosis can fight. George Gambosis is a very good fighter. Salman, do you think Teofimo Lopez beats George Gambosis?
Yeah, I think Teofimo Lopez will beat George Gambosis if he's 100%, you know, there mentally. Definitely.
All right.
Cool.
Richard Brown says, can Saunders beat Canelo? Canelo's very good, but he's not invincible. No one is. Answer Richard Brown's question, Salman.
Obviously, I don't know whether you've probably seen the videos. I believe Billy Joe can beat Canelo, but I might be wrong. You know, I was wrong about the Khan. I thought Khan could beat Canelo as well, so might be wrong. But I think I'm picking Billy. Like how I picked Khan. I thought Khan was going to win. I could beat Canelo, but I was wrong. But I'm picking Billy Joe, so I'm picking another Brit.
Why do you think he beats Canelo? Why? Tell us why.
the reason why I believe Billy Joe beats Canelo is, first of all, I think he's got good, I think he's got very good boxing ability, and I think he'll use his feet. He'll use his feet he'll make it awkward for him. He'll make it very, very awkward for him. He'll do things that he'll do awkward things, you know, that maybe other fighters may have not been able to do, like Yildirim and Callum Smith. I think he'll try to make it a very awkward fight. He'll do, you know, things in the ring that, you know, might put Canelo off. He might start talking to Canelo. We don't know what he can do. You know, he's a weird type of guy, Billy Joe. You don't know what these type of people. You don't know what shape they're gonna come in, how they're gonna come in. We don't know. We just don't know. But if anyone, in my opinion, I think Billy Joe can beat Canelo. If 100% Billy Joe, if he obviously, I know he's taking it seriously, but it's either I'm going to be wrong or I'm going to be right. So I don't really care if I'm wrong, but I think he can beat Canelo. That's just my honest opinion. I think his feet work. I think his boxing ability. I just don't think he's ever had the chance to prove it against someone of the elite level yet. But I think when he does come up against someone like a Canelo, Golovkin, someone at the top level, I think he'll prove it. I think he's gonna. I think he might not win, but I believe he's gonna win. I genuinely believe he's gonna win. I know a lot of people are saying that Canelo's gonna iron him out in 3 rounds, and he's not ironing him out in 3 rounds. You know,
I believe Canelo Alvarez will beat Billy Joe Saunders. I believe you're wrong here. Canelo is a far more skilled fighter. He's far superior, punches harder. He's more versatile. There's a lot more things Canelo's got in his toolbox than Billy Joe. Billy Joe's can only fight one way. He can only box and move and use his feet, and that's it. He can't beat Canelo any other way. You know, Billy Joe Saunders is gonna get, in my opinion, outboxed here and then knocked out eventually. That's my take on it.
I think that, you know, a lot of people have some really stupid opinions, like he's going to get knocked out in 3 rounds. He might get knocked out in 3 rounds, but yeah, if Canelo lands an absolute dynamite of a punch and renders him unconscious, yeah. But failing to do that, even some of the DAZN guys said that I don't think Canelo knocks Billy Joe out. He's too skillful to get knocked out. You know, you got to realize that to get knocked out, you have to be there to be knocked out. You know, I don't think he gets knocked out personally. And if he does get knocked out, it's going to be late. It's not going to be early. It's not going to be in the first 3 rounds. That's stupid. Not a skillful boxer like that. You know, you ain't going to get knocked out. No good fighter gets knocked out in the first 3 rounds. Which good fighter has Canelo fought and knocked out in the first 3 rounds?
Come on. But Canelo is a monster. He's going to beat Billy Joe. I'm telling you, Canelo is different class. 3, 4, 5, 6, Canelo's going to get the job done. Trust me. He's going to get the job done. Radai, my friend Raymond asking, Linares looks weak at 135 now. If he has something left, he can do well. But I think he's done. Do you think Linares is done?
Yeah, I think he's obviously past his prime now. He lost to Lomachenko. Personally, I think that we'll see. But I think Devin Haney will be too cute for Linares.
All right. So ask Manny Pacquiao. We don't know what's going on with Manny Pacquiao. They're saying Crawford. They're saying Mikey. They're saying Khan. They're saying so many different names. Conor McGregor. They're saying so many names. I've lost track of what's going on with Manny Pacquiao's career. I've lost track, man. I've lost track with what's going on. Can Saunders beat Canelo? Canelo's very good, but he's not invincible. No one is in boxing. Yeah, listen, Canelo's been beat before, so he's not invincible, yes. But right now, he's looking invincible. Right now, he's looking like a monster. Right now, he's looking unbeatable. So it's going to be difficult. Radai says Spence is bigger and stronger than Crawford, who can be vulnerable. Yeah, Spence is bigger and stronger than Crawford, and who can be vulnerable. Somehow, who do you think wins, Spence or Crawford?
That's a tough one. That's a very, 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 very good question. I genuinely do believe that if Spence does catch Crawford right, I think he can knock Crawford out. I think Crawford can go down. I've seen it in other fights where he's gone down, like, you know, against Kavalauskas, and he went down in that fight. He should have been counted, but he didn't. He got hurt by Gamboa at lower weights. I think Spence could knock him out. If Spence lands flush, like that same shot he hit Porter with, that hits Crawford. And we've seen that, when Crawford gets hurt, his legs get really wobbly and they're very unstable. So I don't know. I think Spence could knock him out. Because I think, in that fight, Spence is the bigger man in that fight for sure. And the stronger man. Crawford ain't knocking Spence out. Spence can fight. I've seen him go in there and he had it literally toe-to-toe with Sean Porter and he got punched hard in that fight. And there wasn't one time in that fight where I thought, oh no, his legs have wobbled or he's gone. I think one time he slipped in like the 4th round or something. But that wasn't from a punch. That was just a slip. His legs got caught with Porter's. But apart from that, the guy's got a granite chin. Crawford will have to fight a perfect fight, in my opinion, because I think I think if Spence lands a good shot, I think he could take Porter. I think he could take Crawford out, because I don't think Crawford. I think Crawford's legs go. They get wobbly, and I don't think against someone like Spence, he's gonna allow him to recover. I think Spence will he'll hit him with that body work, and I think he'll grind him down. I think he might get knocked out.
All right, guys, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash that like button. All of you in the chat, live stream, smash the like button. I'd appreciate it for you to smash that like button. Let's get it to 20 likes. Smash that like button, guys. All of you in the live stream, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smash the like button. I'd appreciate it. Make sure to smash the like button. Okay, so Bradley Dodd, he says, yeah, there is an Asian lad in Ben Davison's stable, fights at super bantamweight, real talent, Shabazz Massoud. Yeah, he's an up-and-coming prospect. We need to see a few more fights, see how he gets on.
I think someone asked a question before about someone in the Pakistani community you think's going to go on to do big things. That's one of them. I believe out of any of the ones that's been mentioned, Hamza Shiraz, all of these guys, I don't think people know who this guy is. I've seen him box. He's got wicked feet work, class. This guy's one that I think could be a world champion. And that's just based on his skill level right at the moment.
Shabazz Massoud.
I don't know whether you've seen him. Shabazz Massoud, he's better than all these guys, Shiraz and all of them. Trust me, watch his fights. The way he slips punches, class.
Right, okay. Robert Harrison says, BJS might shock the world. Will you make a video if he does? Of course I'll make a video. Of course I'll make a video. That'll be massive. If Billy Joe Saunders can shock the world and beat Canelo Alvarez, of course I'm going to make a video about it. And of course I'm going to heap praise on Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of you seem to think that I'm a Billy Joe Saunders hater. No, I just don't think he's going to beat Canelo. I just don't think he's going to beat Canelo Alvarez, because I think Canelo Alvarez is the best fighter in the world. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that Billy Joe, if Billy Joe wins the fight, I won't give him credit. Of course, I'll give him credit. Come on, guys. I'll give anyone credit if he legitimately beats Canelo Alvarez. If he beats Canelo, then of course he deserves credit. Of course I'll give him praise. Of course I'll give him credit, and of course I'll make a video about it. I won't just run away. I won't just hide. When do I ever run away when I get something wrong? I've got many predictions wrong, but that don't mean I run away. I genuinely don't believe Billy Joe Saunders has got a chance to beat Canelo. I just think Canelo's size, strength, his boxing ability is going to be too much for Billy Joe Saunders. I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to have to play hide and, he's going to have to look to box and move and use his legs and use his feet. But like I said to you before, that style that Billy Joe Saunders has is a very energy consuming style, and it takes a lot out of you. And I just feel that Canelo will catch up to him somewhere down the line with those vicious body shots that Canelo throws. Canelo's very explosive, and I feel somewhere down the line Billy Joe is going to tire, and I think Canelo's going to take him out. That's what I think is going to happen. Spence not being able to stop Mikey Garcia doesn't look good look for him. Salman, what do you make of that? Spence not being able to stop Mikey Garcia is not a good look for him.
I don't agree with that. As Spence said, I was looking to prove to everyone in that fight that I wanted to box. He said he wanted to show his boxing ability against Mikey Garcia. He won that fight comfortably. He could have stepped on the gas at any moment in that fight and really, really put it on him. But I think he was just looking to, box in that fight, as he said to Sean Porter. Like, Sean Porter was like, "Are you going to knock me out if you couldn't knock a guy up. He nearly knocked Sean Porter out. So you got to realize, I think what he was saying, he was looking to box in that fight and showing everyone that he is that much of a better boxer than Mikey Garcia. You know, but it is what it is. Everyone has their opinion, but Spence is a world-class fighter.
So it says here, Ms. 3RE says it's all just social media crap. There is no evidence of anything. All talk, new age of boxing. I don't know what fight you're talking about. Is it the Khan, Ben, Brook one? But there is talk about those fights, Ms. You need to go and look on social media. There's talk about that fight happening. Khan's calling Brook out, and Conor Benn is calling Amir Khan out. Now, whether there's negotiations going in the background, I think there is, because Amir Khan looks like he really wants to fight now. In terms of Conor Benn has actively called him out, so Conor Benn wants that fight. So yeah, it's all over social media, Miz. Yeah, I think Adam says, Salman, yeah, I think Canelo can be as dominant as Floyd as of now going forward. So he believes that Canelo from now moving forward can be as dominant, if not as dominant as Floyd moving forward. Do you agree?
I don't think so. I think when he meets someone that's going to be, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Look, if he's going to be as dominant as Floyd, right? I'm just saying this. The next biggest fight of his career was Golovkin, right? And if you compare the two, like how Floyd dealt with Pacquiao and how Canelo dealt with Golovkin, you can't compare the two, man. Floyd made so many good fighters look average, like Hall of Fame fighters. Callum Smith and, these type of fighters ain't going to go in the Hall of Fame. Let's be honest. It's two different levels, in my opinion, anyways. I don't see, when he fought Cotto was, he was finished as well. So the only guy I can really give him credit for is the Triple G2 fight. He lost the Triple G1 fight. Everyone knows that. But everyone says that 90% of people thought he lost the first fight and won the second fight. Second fight was a lot more closer. That could have either been a draw. In my opinion, I had Canelo up 1-up in that fight. But I don't think he's going to be as dominant as Floyd. No chance. He's not as skillful as Floyd. It's as simple as that. He's not on the same level, man. There's levels. He's not on the same level as Floyd Mayweather.
Right. So Anomia says Tszyu stopped Hogan quicker than Charlo. Yes, he did. Tszyu looked great. I was impressed. Tszyu beat Horn. Yes, he did. He looks great. Yes, BJS will remind everyone that Canelo is human. Robert Harrison feels that Billy Joe Saunders will remind everyone that Canelo is human, Salman. Do you agree?
Yeah. If he outboxes him, then yeah, and beats him, of course. But if he goes in there and gets stopped like how the other guy did, or puts in a performance like Callum Smith, then yeah, a lot of people are going to have the same opinion that he's unbeatable, no one can touch him, etc. But if he goes in there and does a job, then yeah, everyone will come back to the fruition. But that's like anyone or anything. When someone's invincible and then they get beat, that's just how life is. But we'll see. Obviously, I have my opinion on it. And one thing I will say, though, you can't beat Canelo with power. That's not how you beat Canelo. The only way to beat Canelo is with footwork, being slick, being smart. You ain't going to beat the guy with power. Power's not what's going to beat Canelo is work rate, good feet movement. Power doesn't win it, man. That's not how you're going to win it. Golovkin had power. Kovalev had power. Cotto had power. All these guys had power. They didn't beat Canelo. The guys that have come close to beat Canelo are the ones that have the good feet work. Obviously, Mayweather's on a different planet, so let's not talk about Mayweather. It's the guys that have good feet movement and good at boxing IQ. Those are the type of guys that are going to beat Canelo, not the ones that come out there. You're not gonna beat Canelo unless you have a good boxing IQ. The only way to beat Canelo is if you know your way around the ring, and you have good boxing IQ. So someone like an Andrade, someone like a Saunders, someone like even I think Charlo could give him a good fight. I don't think he'll win, but I think someone like that could give him a good fight, because someone that knows his way around the ring, if you get what I'm trying to say, will give Canelo a good fight. Not someone like, someone that, like a Avni Yildirim. That was completely, he shouldn't have. That was obviously a mandatory, but someone that has ability and boxing ability will give Canelo a good fight. You know, and certainly if that someone's tough and, you know, can take a shot, then he definitely will give him a good fight. But as I said, Billy Joe has everything to prove. Canelo's proven. You know, if Billy Joe does go on and does this shock upset, this is the biggest shock in British boxing history, in my opinion, because it's not even British, probably world boxing, because Canelo's in his prime right now, 30 years of age. If he gets beat, there isn't going to be any excuses. And likewise, if Billy Joe gets beat, there's going to be no excuses. You know, if any of these two get beat, you just got to say that, all right, this guy was better. Simple as. So it's just, this is a proper fight. This is a fight in the primes. You know, none of these two fighters can make excuses. You know, whoever wins this fight is the best guy at 168, because then Canelo will pretty much unified champion with all the belts. He'll have one more belt left.
So I want to give a shout out to Hachi Boxer. I hope you're well. Yano, salute to you as well, brother. Welcome to the chat. Salman, your volume's gone again.
All right, I don't know. Maybe
no, it's back now. It's back. All right, okay. So Robert Harrison, yeah, I hope so. Hopefully Saunders gets the win. Tio wins and walks the walk. No, Canelo, no one is beating him out there. No one is beating Canelo. Salman, Max Kellerman, I wanted to get your view on this. Max Kellerman wants Canelo to fight Bertabiev. Do you think that would be a good fight for Canelo, Bertabiev?
Yeah, I think so. If he beats Billy Joe and then he goes on to beat Plant, then the next move for him is 150-75. Where else is he going to go? Who else is he going to fight? Like,
what would you rather see? Let me ask you this. What would you rather see? Charlo, Andrade, or Bertabiev?
Probably Charlo.
Over Bertabiev?
Yeah, probably Charlo.
Why?
Because I think Charlo, he's been craving that big fight, and I think Charlo will be willing to move up to 160, and a lot of people would rather see Charlo, in my opinion. Obviously, he's speaking as a, you know, boxing pundit. You would rather see him move up more weights, become, you know, well, you know, he's already a world champion at 175, but, you know, pick up a few more belts at 175. But I want to see that Charlo fight as well. You got to realize you can't write Charlo and Andrade out against Canelo. You know, those guys could beat him as well. You don't know. Those styles might actually be the ones to beat, you know, Canelo. Billy Joe might not have the style. We don't know. You know, Billy Joe, you know, we don't know. You got to realize that Canelo has to fight these guys because, look, Charlo's undefeated. Andrade's undefeated. He needs to fight those two, though. He can't just turn his eye on them because it's not fair. You know, if he's going to fight Billy Joe, he should fight Charlo and he should fight Andrade. You know, he needs to fight all the top dogs, you know, one by one, you know, surely but slowly.
Salman, 1 minute. Let me just ask some of these guys that. So, is there any proof that Khan should fight everyone that call him out? Khan, yeah. To be honest, there's a lot of talk. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Khan seems like he wants the Brook fight. XXX says Pac will beat Bud and shock the world again. Do you agree with that? Do you think that Pacquiao will beat Terence Crawford and shock the world?
I think Pacquiao can beat Terence Crawford.
Do you reckon?
I think Pacquiao can beat Terence Crawford, yeah.
Why? Tell me why.
Pacquiao's a top fighter, man. A lot of people think Pacquiao's just this old guy now. You got to realize he's a top fighter. You can't underestimate Pacquiao. Crawford has never been in there with someone as good as Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been in there with many world-class fighters that better than Terence Crawford. He's been in there with better fighters, trust me. But I think Pacquiao can beat Crawford, man. And Crawford's not as good as Mayweather, yeah? And you'll see that on the night when they fight.
Guys, all of you in the chat, smash the like button. Guys, all of you in the chat, smash the like button. Get it to 20 plus likes. We're 18 likes right now. Let's get it to 20. Guys, get it to 20 likes. Come on, guys. Get it over 20 likes. Smash that like button. Smash that like button, guys. Okay, so let's Killer Nawaz says, I would like to see Canelo with a banger, aggressive and active. That's Bertabiev. That's Bertabiev. Salman, would you like to see him fight Bertabiev? You just said you prefer the Charlo fight over Bertabiev.
Yeah, Charlo brings it. Charlo will bring it. Charlo's a banger.
Yeah, but Bertabiev's bigger. But Max Kellerman said he would like to see that Canelo win there with Bertabiev because it's a daring to be great fight. Nobody thinks Charlo beats Canelo. But a lot of people think Bertabiev beats Canelo, so that would be a more dangerous fight because he's going up weight and he's daring to be great.
I want to see him obviously fight Charlo, but yeah, obviously he will be daring to be great because he's a 175 pounder. You know, Bertabiev is a 175 pounder. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
He's a 175 pounder. So if he does beat Bertabiev, obviously he would have collected another belt as well at 175. Listen, guys, I think he will fight Bertabiev, but he's still got unfinished business at 168 and potentially 160. A lot of people want to see him fight Triple G as well. That's another fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's definitely a good fight as well.
His hardest fight till date. Let's forget the Mayweather fight. Was Triple G.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even that second fight, a lot of people are like, oh no, I had Golovkin up. You know, although there were a lot fewer than the first one. The first one was like, you know, that was just stupid. But it is what it is. I think Canelo will surely but slowly fight all these guys, and he'll prove, you know, that he.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move forward. Canelo is all in one, speed and power and skill and chin. Yeah, I agree. Killer was 786. That Canelo has it all. Canelo's a very, very versatile fighter. Great fighter. He's an elite fighter. He's an elite fighter, and that's what makes Canelo Alvarez one of the best because you know he's got so much of his game. He's got so much to offer. He's a special type of fighter. And to be honest with you, I don't think he gets beat by anyone at 160, 168, and 175. I think he beats everyone. I don't think there's anyone that's going to beat Canelo. And that's just my personal opinion. Now, people may disagree. I just think Canelo's too good. I think Canelo's too good and he beats everybody. But that's maybe I'm overestimating or maybe I'm rating Canelo too highly. Maybe I'm bigging Canelo up and giving him too much respect. I don't know. But guys, smash that like button. Let's get over 20 likes. Guys, let's get over 20 likes. Smash that like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. The more likes, the more viewers, hopefully. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. All of you in the chat, smash that like button. Okay, so let's move on. He's 100% fighter. Yes, I agree. The only worry for me is that the later rounds, because the Canelo will press. If he has not got the fitness to do 12 rounds of boxing, he has a chance to a big chance. Great to hear someone back in BJS. Salman Bradley saying that he's only worried about Billy Joe Saunders' stamina. Billy Joe's stamina is a question mark around it. And if Canelo puts a lot of pressure on him, do you think his stamina will be able to cope with the Canelo's pressure?
It might not. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, if he does have that stamina issue, he might tire further down the stretch after, you know, the sixth round. Could get stopped late if his stamina is in question, but I think he'll be fit. You know, it's the biggest fight of his career. You know, if he ain't going to be fit for this fight, then I don't know, but I think he'll be there. I think he knows what's at stake. He'll be there. He'll be 100%. You know what he is now. He'll be 100%. He'll be up for this fight for sure. Against Canelo. I don't think Billy Joe is one of those type of guys to, you know, I think he's the type of guy he cherishes these type of moments. You know, he even like at that time, obviously this is a different level. Like even when he fought someone like Eubank or someone like Andy Lee or someone like a Lemieux, when he knows, so like for example, like when he fought Lemieux, he realized that this guy could render me unconscious if I'm not like, because Lemieux could have knocked Saunders out if he had connected flush. There's no doubt about it, you know. So Billy Joe knew that, listen, if I even go off the ball here for 1 second, I could be rendered unconscious here. So he had to be on it in that fight. And it's even worse with Canelo because Canelo punches harder than Lemieux. And Canelo's a lot more skillful as well. So you have to take those two things into consideration. Billy Joe can't be getting tagged a lot against Canelo. He will get knocked out. So you got to realize he will be up for this fight and he will be well aware, you know, that Canelo punches very hard. You know, you take a clean shot from Canelo, you're going down. You know, you're going down. You know, so he'll know that. He's not stupid. He knows that, you know, I ain't gonna be. His game plan going into that fight is to be in and out and not to get hit, you know, as much. He's gonna get hit, there's no doubt about it. But he's gonna have to be getting hit a lot. He's gonna have to get hit a lot less than some of these other opponents. And that's what he's banking on, you know. That's his strategy to win, basically. To be in and out, be fast, and try and make Canelo miss. That's how he wants to win this fight. You know, that's what his game plan is.
All right, let's look at some of the other. Salman Adam KM says the Ugas fight could be a good opportunity for Khan to win a world title. Do you agree?
Yeah, it could be, but I think Khan's after the dollar now. I think he's not. You know, if he was after the world title, then, you know, even the Pacquiao fight, I think he wants that more for the money than the world title. If he really wanted a world title,
Pacquiao's not world champion.
Pardon?
Pacquiao's not world champion.
I'm sure he is. Didn't he beat Thurman?
No, but Ugas is the world champion now. They upgraded Ugas and they stripped Pacquiao.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but I don't think he's after the world champion. He's after money fights, big legacy fights. You know, like Pacquiao, Brook. Now he's not after. He's not gonna buy. He's not gonna fight Ugas. But yeah, I think he would beat Ugas. Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao would be the only one to beat Canelo if the weight was right. Killer Waz says.
Manny Pacquiao would be. Depends what weight. At 147, I think at 147, yeah, I think Pacquiao beats Canelo, but just depends what weight that fight is, man. It just genuinely depends on what
Prime Canelo against Prime Pacquiao. Who wins?
Yeah, what weight though?
154.
Pacquiao.
You got Pacquiao.
Pacquiao.
All right, okay. Bradley Doherty says, and until Khan got knocked out, he was well in the fight. So if BJS cannot get hit, which all comes down to fitness, because he defo has the skill to not get hit, he has a real big chance. Do you agree with Bradley?
Obviously, fitness is going to play a listen, as I said to you, if what you're saying, if Billy Joe is schooling him, then yes, then it's up to his fitness. Yes. If Billy Joe is doing what Khan was doing, then yeah, it's on his fitness. Yeah, you're right. If he does school him, but that's if he's schooling him. This could be a nip and tuck fight where it's 2 rounds either way. You don't know how it's going to go. You know, I can only really answer that question during the fight. You know, if Billy Joe's doing well, he's up for first 4 or 5 rounds, then yeah, if his fitness does fade, he'll lose because Canelo will get to him, you know. But if his fitness is there, then he'll win. If he's up anyways.
I think Canelo will outbox Billy Joe Saunders. So I don't think Billy Joe Saunders will have that chance. I think Canelo's going to outbox him. Canelo's going to show that he's the superior fighter here. So I don't agree with you at all there. I think Canelo is the superior boxer out of the two. Fight Gamer, smash the like button. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. Fight Gamer's given us a support. Guys, make sure to smash the like button. The more you smash the like button, the more the stream grows. So smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Lee is a good fighter, is Ortiz. He's the one to look out for. Virgil Ortiz, Bradley Doherty, you're right. BJ will run, move, clinch. Yeah, I agree. Imagine Naseem Hamed doing some somersaults with his weight gain, being fat. Billy Joe will work. Canelo, Robert Harrison says, if only Khan was active boxer, he would be in a better position now, and his performance would be better. Yes, I agree. I don't think Khan's as active anymore. I think he's just out there for the big fights. He wants the Brook fight. He wants that fight finally done and made now. But unfortunately, Brook might be looking at other pastures. Brook might be looking at other things now. Brook might be over the Khan fight. Who knows? Havy, Usyk at cruiser, both at their best. You've asked me this before. I personally think Usyk. I think Usyk might have been too cute for him. Might have been too clever for him. Salman, who do you think? Hay or Usyk?
Usyk.
Why?
It's a silly question, really, man. It's a very silly question.
Why?
Usyk's a very, Usyk's a very good boxer. He would have outboxed. Hay's never fought anyone like Usyk, you know. Usyk's fought many guys like Hay, that will go on to be as good as Hay. Like Joe Joyce, in my opinion, will be as good as Hay,
No, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
no,
I don't think Hay. I think Hay was an okay fighter, but he wasn't anything. He was just as good, in my opinion. I think Hay and Khan were just as good. I think they're similar fighters.
Yeah, but Khan was good. What are you talking about? Hay was a good fighter. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that. I don't believe that. I don't think Hay is on Usyk's level. I don't think skillfully he's not. Skill for skill, you can't compare the two. And he doesn't have, and Hay doesn't. What we talking? The fight being at
cruiserweight.
Yeah, Usyk still beats him. He's not gonna knock Usyk out cruiserweight. No chance.
No way. I believe that would be a very good fight. I think it'd be 50-50. I think David Hay was explosive at cruiserweight, and I don't think Usyk had the power to knock Hay out. I think Hay had a very good chin. Usyk would have to outbox him, but I don't know. Hay was a very, very explosive fighter, and he could knock guys out at cruiserweight. So I don't know that I don't know who I would pick in that one. That would be a total 50-50 for me. Fight Gamer, Khan should fight Kovalev. He will KO him, especially if Kovalev is on the drinks.
Who?
No, Kovalev.
Khan, no, but that Khan's too small.
Yeah. There, Adam, you're right. Canelo did struggle v GGG and probably should have lost the first fight. But every fighter, including Floyd, should have probably lost about, e.g. first Castillo fight. Yeah, Floyd lost against Castillo and got that decision. Miz T3R says, Cotto was a champion, beat Maravilla, who beat Chavez Jr. Remember, Cotto was not done. He was a champion, my guy. What are you saying? But Cotto, I won't say Cotto was in his prime. Yeah, I know he was a champion, but he wasn't in his prime. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he was done. But he wasn't in his prime for sure. Hachi Boxer, yes, I hope you're well. Hachi Boxer, Miz 3TR, Saddam Ali v Khan, who wins? I don't know. Khan, like I said, is at the end of his career. Obviously, in his prime, I would pick him against Saddam Ali. Right now, you can't say Khan beats anyone easily. Fight Gamer, one face, one champion, one name, the Bronze Dosser. Salman, what do you make of Deontay Wilder? Who do you want to see Deontay Wilder fight?
I would like to see him fight Joshua, to be honest, but I don't think that. Obviously, Joshua's fighting Fury. But if he doesn't fight Joshua Fury, I want to see him fight Andy Ruiz. And the reason being is because I think that's his next hardest fight. I think Andy Ruiz is a way harder fight for him than Dillian White is. Yeah, Dillian White's a threat, but I want to see him fight Andy Ruiz because Andy Ruiz was the guy that dethroned Joshua. So I want to see how someone like Wilder will deal with someone like a skillful Andy Ruiz. Now that Andy Ruiz is fully, you got to realize Ruiz is on it now. He's with Canelo's trainer, right? And he's up. He's going to be up for that Deontay Wilder fight if they fight. He's boxing now, Andy Ruiz. He's there. He's lost a lot of pounds. He's going to be a lot more sharper. He's going to be a lot more there, right? I want to see that fight. I want to see it because Andy Ruiz is training hard and he wants his belts back. So he'll be in there. He'll be in there all night against Deontay Wilder. He ain't going to quit. That's for sure. He ain't going down with he ain't getting knocked out with one shot. That's for sure. He ain't going over like Dominic Breazeale did and not getting back up. You got to realize when you fight these top guys that have the will to win, there's a difference, All these guys, that Wilder's been knocking over, they don't have that will. They don't have that will to win. Look at Fury, man. He had that will to win. He got up. He showed his character. And I think Andy Ruiz has that same sort of, he has that same sort of chin, same sort of drive, as Fury. He will get up if a train hit him. He's that type of guy. He's a very proud Mexican, and I think he'll give Wilder a whole load of trouble.
I hope Easty, I hope you're well. I hope you're good. let's see some questions coming in. So, GG busted face off after each with Canelo. BJS, Black Thunder. Canelo does not need to prove anything. Everyone needs to fight the best first. Yeah, he doesn't need to prove. He's proven. Salman Hachi Boxer is asking, have you seen Tyson Fury's latest picture? Looks like he's lost a lot of weight. Looks kind of skinny-ish. Do you think that will affect him in the ring or make him better maybe?
Tyson Fury is what Tyson Fury is. You know, I've seen that picture, what you're on about. He doesn't look more slim. He just looks normal. He's going to come in how he usually comes in and he's just awkward. You know, I don't think it's going to affect him at all. No.
Charlo was offered a fight already with Canelo, rejected it. Charlo Salman was offered a fight with Canelo, but he rejected it. Ahmed says Bivol would beat Bertabiev. I don't think so. I think Bertabiev's too big, too strong. Bivol can make 168. I just think Bertabiev would walk through him. Yono, Charlo turned down a Canelo fight. A lot of you keep saying Charlo turned down a Canelo fight. We don't know that. It's only hearsay. We don't know. We don't know if he did. You know, I heard that Canelo turned down or vacated the belt. You know, when Canelo was a champion, he turned down. So at the end of the day, it's all back and forth. Your thoughts on Andrade v. Williams? I believe Williams can pull off this upset. Latest performances he's been really boxing a lot better level. Do you think Williams can beat Andrade?
I don't think so, no. I think Andrade will stop him.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think Andrade, you got to realize Andrade's a good fighter, man. People don't really know who Andrade is. I was listening to Keith Thurman once, and he was like, Andrade's a proper fighter. He was the only guy. He was the guy that made me have my first loss at amateur level or whatever. Guy's a top fighter, man. Demetrius Andrade. No, sorry. What Thurman said was Demetrius Andrade was my last fight as an amateur, and I lost it. And that's when I knew I wanted to turn pro. So Demetrius Andrade's a proper fighter. These guys like Porter and Thurman really rate Andrade because they know how good he is. They know he's not, they know he's a top-class fighter. I can't see Williams beating him. No, I think Andrade's just that much better than Williams. I think he's a more skillful, punches very hard. He's better than Williams for sure.
Guys, smash that like button. All of you in the chat, smash the like button. Get me to 30 likes. Smash that like button. All of you that haven't liked the vid, smash that like button. Let's get it to 30 likes, guys. Let's get it to 30 likes. Smash that like button. Smash that like button and let's get it up to 30 likes. Pound that like button. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's get that like. Let's get that. Smash that like button. Okay, so Charlo v GGG first. Salman, who do you think wins that, Charlo or GGG?
Tough fight. Very tough fight. I think Triple G.
You think Triple G beats Charlo?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a 50-50 fight for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 fight. I think that could go either way. I think it's a tough one. I think it's a good fight. Salman, Robert Harrison says Fury's trainer had him fasting. That's why he looks slim. Fury, in my opinion, is going to come in slim. He's going to come in sharp against Joshua because I think he knows that, he needs to box against Joshua. I think him going and putting on size against Joshua will be not good because Joshua's a bigger man. He's not small like Wilder, and Joshua can fight better on the back foot than Wilder. Joshua has a lot more punch selection. He has more punch variety. He has a lot more on his punches. Left hook, right hand, uppercut. He has a lot more. So Fury's going to have to be on his game and sharp and look to box there. Amir Khan should retire. Why risk a loss? He already has a Hall of Fame resume. Maybe not first ballot Hall of Fame. Do you agree? Do you think that Amir Khan should retire and protect what he's got?
No, I think he should fight Brook.
And finish off his career with a Brook fight.
Yeah, with a Brook bang. Boom.
Yeah.
Fight that guy.
Miz 23RE. Pac-Man is only for the bills. He's done. Salman, do you agree? Do you think Pac-Man is done and he's only there for the money?
Don't know whether this guy watched the last fight that Pacquiao had or what. I don't know what he's on about, to be honest. That's nonsense, whoever said that. Come on, man. Needs to be some good questions. Like, Pacquiao's not on for the bills. What? The guy just beat Thurman, man. He was undefeated, man. He was a unified champion, man. Definitely not for the Bills. We're just making. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Crimson says your boy doesn't seem to realize that Mayweather had some questionable wins himself.
Who said that?
Crimson.
Yeah. So what's that got? What's that to do? What? I don't get it. What was that?
No, but basically you were talking about earlier, and you were saying that, you know, Canelo had some questionable wins, but Mayweather also had some questionable wins. Castillo, Maidana.
No. I didn't say
De La Hoya.
Canelo had questionable wins. I just said. All I said was, I think Mayweather was more dominant than Canelo.
Yeah, but how? When Mayweather had questionable wins, Oscar De La Hoya, Maidana, Castillo.
What I'm saying by Mayweather was more dominant was, look at Mayweather, like from fight 40 to 50, he didn't struggle, man. He beat them quite comfortably, apart from Maidana.
Did, to be fair, Mayweather did look impressive in some of his fights. Let's move on. Fight Gamer, GGGV, Bertabiev in their primes.
Triple G.
What, you think he would go up to 175 and beat Bertabiev?
Yeah, but it depends if it's at a catch weight, then Triple G.
No, but no, not catch weight. 175, who wins? Bertabiev can't go lower than that.
I don't know.
Tough one.
Triple G.
Triple G, wow. Ms. 3TRE. Charlo had to move up weight. Yeah, Charlo, listen, I think Charlo needs. He should move up weight. He should move up weight. Yono, Arthur is 175 and Charlo at 160, and Canelo is 168. Arthur is bigger and stronger. Yeah, of course. That's why I'm saying. But Salman has his preferences. He'd rather see the Charlo fight. The Bertabiev fight is a lot harder than the Charlo fight. 100%. I'd agree. It's way harder. It's not even close. It's not even comparable. Canelo Alvarez, if he goes and fights and beats Bertabiev, you're looking at an all-time great. You're looking at maybe a top 20 greatest fighter of all time. You have to put him in that discussion, because he would be daring to be great, going up to 175 to fight a dominant light heavyweight champion right now, because Bertabiev is walking through everybody in the light heavyweight division. He's knocking everybody out. You have to give him the respect. Salman, Ms. 3RE says Crawford v. Manny Pacquiao in his prime. Who wins?
Manny Pacquiao.
Why? Why do you say that?
I think Manny Pacquiao wins now, let alone in his prime. I just think Manny Pacquiao has the boxing IQ, he has the punch power, he has the feet work, he has everything to beat Crawford. You know, Crawford's never faced anyone like Manny Pacquiao.
Do you reckon? Right. Guys, smash that like button. Let's get it to 30 likes. We're on 26. Let's get it to 30 likes, guys. Smash the like button. Let's get it to 30 likes. 30 likes, guys. Let's get it to 30 likes. All of you in here, let's get it to 30 likes. Smash the like button. All right, okay, let's move on. Canelo v. Bertabiev. Salman, it takes Canelo's legacy to another level, because Canelo not only becomes a 4-weight world champion, but he will hold 3 belts. Charlo's a good fighter, but he doesn't trouble Canelo. Yes, I agree, Adam. The Canelo beating Bertabiev will take Canelo to another level. It will take Canelo to another level if he can beat Bertabiev. Charlo's a good fighter, but Charlo is a guy that Canelo would be expected to beat. It wouldn't be seen as a 50-50 fight like Bertabiev. So yes, Bertabiev would be the tougher and the better fight for his legacy, and that's why Max Kellerman wants him to fight Bertabiev. Fight Gamer, I can see Canelo being dropped by Bertabiev. Salman, do you agree? Do you think you can see Canelo being dropped by Bertabiev?
Maybe. Doubt it though.
Canelo's got a granite chin. You know, he's shown in his career thus far that
Canelo's never even been knocked down by a heavyweight.
What, in sparring?
Exactly. So he's not getting knocked down, man.
Yeah, but that's sparring. That's sparring. We can't go sparring. If Canelo beats Billy Joe, where does that put Canelo in his legacy?
If he beats Billy Joe, then it doesn't put him anywhere. Just another win, really, because people think Billy Joe's just another cab driver, really. Well, I don't believe that he's a cab driver, but let's be honest, if he beats Billy Joe, they're just going to be like, oh, he beat another unproven guy. So he ain't getting any reward for that.
Man, Fight Gamer says Lomachenko v. Gervonta Davis. Who wins?
Gervonta Davis.
Oh, stop it. Stop it, lad. He doesn't beat. Listen, man. Davis don't beat Lomachenko. Come on. Davis does not beat. Who has Davis fought? Who has Davis fought? And you're saying he beats Loma? Come on. Stop it.
Yeah, but who had Teofimo Lopez fought and he beat Loma?
Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey. He had beat Nakatani, who Lomachenko's going to fight now. Who the hell is Gervonta Davis?
You don't think Gervonta Davis beats Richard Comey?
Richard Comey? No, I think it'd be a good fight. I think it'd be a good fight. Comey and Gervonta. Listen, man. Lomachenko would school Davis. You know that. Lomachenko would school him.
Do you know the differences between Lopez and Davis? That fight, in my opinion, versus Davis and Lomachenko doesn't go the distance. I think Davis stops him.
Stop it. Stop it. Lomachenko would school that kid. He'd school him.
No, I don't think so. I think Davis will chin him.
Nah, I disagree. Lomachenko would school Gervonta Davis. He would school him. He would school him. Guys, come on. Back me up here. Would Gervonta Davis school? Would Lomachenko school Gervonta Davis? Come on, guys. You guys know better than that. Come on. Guys, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Let's get it 30 likes plus. Guys, it's
one thing I will say about Tank, he's got the equalizer.
Smash that like button. Let's get it over 30 likes. Let's get it over 30 likes. Go on.
You can't. Look, even that guy's saying I got Davis. You can't take away that punch. Do you know, at those weight classes, right? At those weight classes, this guy punches as hard as Wilder, man. I'm telling you, at those weight classes.
Stop it. Stop it.
Have you seen his knockout ratio? He's fought 24 times and he knocked 23.
But against who? Against who?
He's knocked everyone out. Yeah,
but who's he fought?
Leo Santo Cruz.
Yeah.
Gaza was undefeated, right?
Come on.
All right, let's not Gamboa, right? He knocked Gamboa out and he looked very sluggish and he didn't look up for that fight. Who else has he fought? He must have fought some other guys as well.
Yeah, those are his noble wins, and he hasn't really been in there. He hasn't really been in there with top notch. Yeah, Pedraza won.
Barrios or whatever.
But he's fighting Barrios at 140. Do you think Gervonta Davis could beat Josh Taylor or Ramirez at 140?
They're asking me.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Oh.
I just think he's got the equalizer, man. I think anyone gets caught flush with one of his shots, they're gone. They're gone, man.
I don't know, Salman. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I just don't think, do you know when he fought Gamboa, I'll be honest to you, right? He didn't look up for that fight. I think he would have knocked Gamboa out in 2-3 rounds, personally. The Davis we seen against Leo Santa Cruz, that he was there, and Leo Santa Cruz was a good fight. Leo Santa Cruz was giving him a good fight, and he busted him up as well. But the thing is, obviously, yeah, you can say Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz has never been stopped ever in his career, and he got that was a knockout of the year, man, for sure. And if someone sit here and from their heart say any 135-pounder or 140-pounder would be able to take that punch and be on their feet, they're lying. They're lying, man. If any guy from 130 to 140 gets hit with that shot, that same shot he hit Santa Cruz, they're going to sleep. No chance. How do you stay up from a punch like that? The guy has one punch knockout power. I'm gonna keep saying it. He might not have the best boxing skills, but the guy has one punch knockout power, man. And if that lands, you're gone, man. And he's the best finisher as well. Will finish you. Even Ryan Garcia, right? What I seen against Campbell. If Davis got Ryan Garcia hurt, the fight's pretty much over, man. Because Gervonta Davis is the type of fighter. If he gets you hurt, your fight's pretty much over. The only fighter that's been able to survive maybe was Gamboa, and as I said, he looked very sluggish in that fight. Fighters can have off nights, but let's see if what I'm saying is wrong. But I think he beats Marius Barrios as well at 140. That could be a bad knockout as well.
Guys, smash the like button. All of you in here, smash the like button. Let's get it 30 likes plus. Let's get it over 30 likes. Guys, we're near 28 likes. Let's get that over 30 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. I'd appreciate if you all get it over 30 likes. Let's get it over 30 likes, guys. Okay, let's move on. Salman, Yono is asking, Juan Manuel Marquez, a guy who started at 118, KO Manny. Canelo is another level of defense and power and great counterpuncher. than Juan Manuel Marquez. At 154, Canelo beat Manny easily. That's what Yono says.
Yeah. All right, if that's what you believe, then that's cool. But I don't believe so. Nah, man. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao in his prime.
Yeah, in his prime. Yeah,
versus
in his
Canelo
prime.
in his
Yeah.
prime.
Yeah, in his prime.
Pacquiao, man. Pacquiao will bamboozle him with that speed. Unless Canelo lands the most perfect shot, that's the only chance I give him. He's not beating Pacquiao on points. And let's be real, most of these top fights don't end in brutal knockouts. Most of the time they go the distance. Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Pacquiao fought a more prime Cotto, and Pacquiao beat Cotto badly. Look at the Canelo. Cotto fought Canelo years later, and Cotto gave Canelo a very hard fight.
Stop Cotto?
Hey, Pacquiao stopped Cotto. Yes.
Yeah. And what
Pacquiao stopped Cotto. So Pacquiao was a beast.
Cotto, man.
And he stopped him. Pacquiao was a beast. Cotto, Canelo, for me, I honestly, that version of Pacquiao, I don't think anyone beats him. Who beats that version of Pacquiao? Very few people can beat that guy. That guy was a monster. Manny Pacquiao was generally a monster at that point. So no, I disagree. I agree with Salman, Yono, that I think Manny Pacquiao will beat Canelo. Crimson, Pacquiao got KO'd by small Marquez. Canelo would hurt Pac. All right, same. Canelo KO'd at 175. Imagine Pac-Man was put to sleep twice and TKO already. Canelo never been hurt or dropped. Yeah, but we're not talking about hurt or dropped here, brother. We're talking about winning the fight on points. Pacquiao bashed up guys. Look at what Pacquiao did to Margarito, Cotto, De La Hoya, Patton. He absolutely obliterated. And now, don't get me wrong, I think Canelo might be better than all those guys. But at the end of the day, Pacquiao was just too much of a beast in his prime. Too much of a beast. What's good, Imran? Easty, I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Canelo wasn't in his prime either when he fought Cotto. Wasn't he? He was in his prime.
Look, guys,
Canelo was 25 when he faced. That's young. That's in his prime, man.
Look, yeah, you got to realize that, there's always, everyone's going to be like, this guy was in his prime, this guy wasn't in his prime. But I can't see, Canelo wouldn't have beaten Pacquiao, man. I think personally, it would have been a one-sided fight again. It would have been more like that Mayweather fight, because with Pacquiao's speed, and it would have bamboozled the guy. Canelo's till this day, apart from Khan, hasn't faced anyone like Pacquiao. Never.
Guys, smash that like button. Let's get it over 30 likes. Let's get it over 30 likes. Smash that like button.
Stop comparing the fighters he's fighting now to Pacquiao, because it's two different levels, man. It's just Pacquiao's a Hall of Fame fighter, man. The guys he's fighting now might not even go into the Hall of Fame, man. Come on, let's be realistic. Guys,
smash the like button. Let's get it on. Let's get it. Let's smash that like button, guys. Smash it. Let's get it over 30 likes. All right, okay. Salman, Yono is asking Fury v AJ, who wins?
It's a tough night. It's a tough fight. Obviously, on current performance, you probably have to give it to Fury. But I wouldn't write AJ off. I think AJ's a live dog. I think AJ has a way better chance of beating Fury than Wilder. I think Wilder was headhunting all night. I think Joshua has a lot more skills. Joshua can attack the body. Joshua can attack just different things. Body, head. He isn't going to just be headhunting all night. And I think that's going to be the difference. I think that's the reason why it'll be a much harder fight. You got to realize we can't. With Wilder, he didn't attack the body. He didn't have the skill. He didn't have the skill set to attack the body. He didn't know how to. He's never learned how to do that. He was just trying to look for one punch all night. Whereas AJ, I think he will set traps. He will try different things. Whereas when Fury fought Wilder, he knew it was only one thing that he needed to avoid. Whereas with Joshua, it's gonna have to be a bit more tactical. It's gonna be a lot more. In the Joshua fight, I think it'll be a lot more dirty and it'll be a lot more sluggish. I think there'll be times where it'll be dirty on the inside, because Joshua can fight on the inside. Whereas Wilder was very uncomfortable on the inside whenever Fury took it to the inside, because first of all, he's a smaller man. He didn't have that power, that physical power on the inside. He just didn't have it. Hence why he struggled all night. And that's why when Fury leaned all over him, he got tired. But that could be the same with Joshua. Joshua could tire. But I think Joshua on the inside, which I believe I think Fury's going to take the fight to Joshua. But I think Joshua will be a lot more defensively astute and a lot more better on the inside than Wilder. So I think that's the reason why I believe this fight will be harder than the Wilder fight. Unless Fury decides to box. If Fury just decides to box, I think he can just beat anyone at the end of the jab, to be honest. Because I just think he's that many levels above everyone in terms of boxing ability.
Guys, everyone in the chat, smash the like button. Let's get it over 30 likes. Everybody in the chat, smash the like button. Let's get it over 30 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Smash that like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. Let's get over 30 likes. All right, okay, let's move on. Salman, Ruiz is a big contender in the heavyweight division and now will give them all problems apart from Fury because he has the feet to move, but all them stand up forward heavyweight are in trouble. Salman, what do you think? Ruiz is looking in great shape. Ruiz is looking like $1 million. He is now looking like a boxer. Do you think Ruiz is going to cause a problem in the heavyweight division?
I think he can, but yeah, he's not gonna be Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will box his ears off, man. That's that same Derek Chisora style, man. That Ruiz will be bringing to the table against Fury. It's not.
Yeah, but Salman, Ruiz is a lot more skilled than Derek Chisora. Come on, you know that.
Yeah, he's just probably a quicker version of Derek Chisora. He's not gonna beat Fury. It's the same.
No, Fury. No one beats Fury. Fury's too sharp. Fury's foot speed, hand speed, his movement is too much for Ruiz.
If think about it like this, right? If Ruiz couldn't outbox Joshua, he ain't gonna outbox Fury, is he? Like, you know what I mean? Even in the first fight, the only chance Ruiz has is if he lands a lucky shot, which I don't think he's gonna land on Fury because Fury's a defensive wizard. You know, against Joshua, right? He wasn't schooling Joshua. Like, Joshua got caught with the shot. Let's be honest about what the fight was. You know, he got caught with the shot. It wasn't like, oh, he was beating him to the jab, or it wasn't nothing like that. It was a close fight up until that knockdown. In my opinion, wasn't here or there. But Fury's a different level. Yeah, Fury will outbox him easy.
Right. Jamal told his bro I would never turn down Canelo. Okay, so we've got East D, LBC guys really speaking nonsense or do all this can discredit Canelo. Yeah, listen, people have their cults, they have their followers, and they look to discredit guys. But Canelo, like I said, don't let anyone fool you. Canelo is an exceptional fighter, and he doesn't duck and dodge anyone. He's a top boy right now. I think Touch, how are you, Touch? I hope you're well. I think Charlo can beat Canelo, and BJS has a good chance of beating him. I think Charlo can beat Canelo, and BJS has a good chance of beating him too because of his movement and skills, but he needs to come in right shape. Touch, I'm being honest with you. I agree with you on a lot, but I disagree with you here. I don't think Charlo beats Canelo, and I don't think Billy Joe Saunders beats Canelo. I think Canelo is a different beast. I think the only guy at 160 to 175 that gives Canelo a hard fight is Bertabiev. The rest of them get beat convincingly, in my opinion. A lot of you, I just don't think you're giving Canelo enough credit. Canelo is a complete fighter, and I just can't see any of these guys beating him. I'm just being honest. I can't see any of these guys beating Canelo Alvarez. Canelo is the real deal. He's the best right now, in my opinion, and I don't see anyone beating Canelo right as we speak. I just don't. I don't think there's anyone out there that beats Canelo Alvarez. Guys, smash that like button. All of you in the live stream, smash the like button. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. All right, Canelo will walk both Charlo and BJS down. They can't push him back. Canelo will stop both. Yes, I probably agree. Jose Zepeda, Pedro Campa, and Elvis Urquines on May 21st. Yeah, it should be some good fights. Canelo v. David Benavidez. Salman, Canelo v. David Benavidez. Who do you got?
Canelo.
Why?
I think Canelo will stop him. I think Canelo, as soon as he lands one on his chin, I think he'll go, man.
Fair enough. Miz T3RE. GG was 37 when he fought Canelo and was still in his prime. Was pound for pound when he fought Canelo. Come on, guys. Yeah, he was. I reckon Canelo. I reckon GG was in his prime. GG was still in his prime, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd give him that. G786. Andy Ruiz v Anthony Joshua, third fight. Who do you pick, Imran? I'd pick. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I need to see Andy Ruiz back.
I personally believe that, if I'm going to be honest, the first fight, Joshua gave Ruiz a chance by trading with him. Joshua just stands behind that jab. He keeps it long. It'll be similar to the second fight, no matter what shape he comes in, because the guy's just too big. He can't close the distance. He won't be able to close the distance. The only reason he won the first fight is because obviously Joshua got hurt. Failing to hurt Joshua, he's not the only way he's going to hurt Joshua if Joshua stands there and trades. Joshua got over complacent because he dropped him and just went in for the kill and got caught himself. You got to realize these things. It's not like, oh, he was outboxing Joshua and then, then he caught Joshua. He just caught Joshua while Joshua was on top. It was like the last 10 seconds and that fight would have been over. We just thought it was just going to be another rally, and Joshua was going to get him out of there. And then he just happened to land the shot. And then Joshua never really recovered from that point. I just don't believe Joshua he was gone from that third round. I thought he would have been pulled out in the third round I thought the referee would have stopped it then, because his legs were completely not there. You could see as soon as he got hit that his equilibrium just went completely in his legs and body was just everywhere. But I think obviously now, AJ, if he was to fight Ruiz the third time, he'd know that this is a proper test. And I just can't see. I just can't see Ruiz beating him the third time.
Right.
I don't think so.
Andy Ruiz is the new man under new trainer. Yeah, he is. I definitely give him that. He's definitely looking good. He's looking sharp. He's looking well. He's looking well. Yano says GGG will never leave 160 pound in 22 years of boxing. Yeah, I agree. I found that a little bit weird. That why hasn't GGG moved up weight? Why hasn't he moved up? He should have moved up to 168. The Andre Ward fight was there. Yeah, I think he should have moved up. Mitz, Yono, Ivor. Okay. Hachi Boxer says, how heavy do you think Canelo could move up? Could you ever see him at heavyweight one day? Salman, could we see Canelo at heavyweight one day?
No, he's not that big. Heavyweight, that's crazy, man. Have you seen his framework? Bro, he'll get murdered at heavyweight, man. You think he's in a...
You don't think he can go to heavyweight?
Is Canelo even 6 foot tall?
No, he's not. He's a small... Canelo's 5'8", I think. 5'8", 5'9". He's not very big at all, to be honest.
How tall's Callum Smith?
6'3".
So you got to realize those big heavyweights. Fury's nearly 7 foot. So imagine Fury against Canelo. That'd be stupid, man. That'd be... Those punches won't even hurt. Like, they're getting hit with so many guys that are much heavier. Nah, man, that's silly. Canelo moving up to heavyweight, he's got no chance, man. He might beat these lower level heavyweights, but if he wants to become a world champion at heavyweight, bruh, you think he beats Fury? I don't think so. Think he beats Joshua? Not at that weight. Maybe
Andrew Strait says, evening, bro. Evening to you as well, Andrew. Azim, Yasim, nobody beats Canelo. Yes, I agree. Ryan Lamb says that. What's going on, Ryan? I hope you're well. Breaking Mayweather Canelo in talks for second fight. Come on, April Fools. You think you've got me there? April Fools. Junior Ruiz 31045 says, no, I don't think he's going to go to heavyweight. I don't think so. Well, he's focused on is doing at 168 and middleweight at possible. I'm at 160 again. I will say yes. Yes, I agree. Junior Ruiz. I think Canelo will look to unify, become undisputed at 168, but then he's got to look what to do. Then he's got to make a decision on what he wants to do next, because to be honest with you, I'd love to see him. Yes, Ryan, I picked up that it was April Fools. No way Mayweather's gonna fight Canelo. Salman, the question is, can Bertabiev land clean on Canelo? In my opinion, too slow. Do you think, Salman, that Bertabiev can land clean on Canelo?
Probably, yeah, but I don't think he'll knock Canelo out.
All right. So, all right, Salman, do you want to go? Are you good to stay, or do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll leave the rest to you now.
All right.
Obviously, it's
All right.
good to be on. I'll probably
All
come on
right.
next
See
time.
ya. I'll see you.
All right.
All right. Okay. So top, I said here, Easty says to beat Richard Comey and Nakatani, Tio is an animal. Yes. Tio is a great fighter. There's no doubt about it. You have to give Tio respect. He's definitely a great fighter. Canelo is too small, too dominant. 175. He should stick to 168. Is too small. I don't know. I think Canelo is I think Canelo can move to 175. I think he can beat Bertabiev. That's why I want to see it, because I think Bertabiev would be a good fight for him. I think Bertabiev would definitely be a good fight for Canelo Alvarez. And to be honest with you, everyone at 160 and 168, Canelo will be going in as a firm favorite. I want to see Canelo pushed and troubled a little. G786, Davis will knock Loma out, I think. I disagree. Pedraza, Davis. Let's move on a little bit. Hachi boxer, Loma v Davis is a great fight. It's very tough. I think Loma is the better pure boxer, but Davis is a good boxer and he has serious power. The question is, who would win? Davis v Teofimo Lopez. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. You'd have to back Lopez after his win against Lomachenko, and he's the bigger man. But again, you just don't know. Loma outboxes Gervonta Davis. Plus, Teofimo beat Loma. Because he's more skilled than Gervonta and is a lot bigger than Loma. Yes, I agree. Tio is the best lightweight. Yes, I agree. Tank will move up in weight. He is not going to last in his current weight. Santa Cruz went up in weight and was not active. Yes. Adam Khan, Gervonta, only a puncher's chance v Loma. That's it. Yeah, he doesn't have only a puncher's chance. Lomachenko, for me, I don't agree with someone. I think Lomachenko would absolutely wipe the floor with Gervonta Davis. That's my personal opinion. Can Yard win a world title? Can O'Hara Davis win a world title? Richard, it's a difficult one. I don't know. I don't know if Yard can. I think there's, like I said, he's too far away from a world title shot to really make that prediction. There's a lot of flaws in his game and there's a lot of things that he's got to work on. But Yard is a talent. He's definitely got very good physical attributes. He's very good athletically. I just think that, he's got to work on a few things. He's got to work on his game, improve, come back. And that Instagram stuff, maybe leave that to one side. O'Hara Davis has gone missing. I know he won the Golden Gloves, but we haven't really seen much of O'Hara, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'd love to see O'Hara. I'd love to see O'Hara fight maybe a Jack Catterall again. I think that was a close fight. Maybe you can fight him again. That would be a good fight. Ramiro Flores, Eddie and targeting July for Joshua Fury. Yeah, let's hope that can be made. Wearing a Yard, a dollar store Mayweather trainer. Yard got a dollar store Mayweather trainer. Dollar store Mayweather trainer. What do you mean? 37 days, Canelo Alvarez v Billy Joe Saunders on May 8th is going to end in TKO. Yes, I believe it's going to end in TKO. Mayweather beats Prime Pack. Possibly, yeah, Mayweather was special, but it wouldn't surprise me if he beats Prime Pack. But Mayweather, again, was a beast. Let's not forget, Mayweather was one of the best. So, Mayweather beating Pack is Mayweather's Mayweather at the end of the day. De La Hoya was 36 when Manny faced him. Prime Canelo 28 above. How many guys beat Manny? Canelo is improving fight by fight, so we can say which version it would beat Prime Pacquiao. Yep. Joshua will be frustrated. Let's move down. Nobody beats Canelo. Yes, I would say that nobody beats Canelo. I agree. Ruiz would trouble Joshua. Yes. Prime Mike Tyson v Klitschko, AJ, or any other division. Prime Mike Tyson could beat anyone. Prime Mike Tyson was a beast. So I think Prime Mike Tyson could beat anyone. AJ has no movement, just a jab. Ruiz was way faster and punches hard. I don't know. I'd like to see that one again with Ruiz in shape and training hard. Right, I like your boxing insight, but your views are too biased in favor of AK. I don't know what you mean by that, Abdul. I don't think I am. I think I'm quite, at times I'm very critical as well. Whilst clearly a great fighter in his heyday, he's past his best. Yeah, he is past his best. Are you talking about Conor Benn? I still think he beats Conor. I think he beats Conor Benn. I think he beat Conor Benn for me. Until Conor Benn shows me something against a credible fighter, I just don't think you can say that even a washed-up Amir Khan, he beats a washed-up Amir Khan, because at the end of the day, Amir Khan's got a lot of experience. And his skill level and ability is a lot higher than Conor Benn, in my opinion. So, to be honest with you, I need to see Conor Benn in there with someone credible. Then we can say, no, I don't think he's going to heavyweight. Okay, yeah, we've already answered these questions. Can Khan beat any top 147? No, he can't, in my opinion. No, he can't. Currently, Khan can't beat a top welterweight. Yes, I agree, he can't. Unfortunately, his days are behind him. Lennox v. Bo. Lennox was the most versatile heavyweight of that era. Amir Khan beats Conor Benn. Amir Khan beats Conor Benn. Conor Benn isn't even British level right now. Possibly. You know, that's what I'm saying. I need to see more from Conor Benn. I don't know where Conor Benn's at. I don't know what level he's at. But Lennox v. Bo, Lennox was too good for me. What's the latest with Khan Brook? Well, Khan is calling Brook out. And Brook right now, apparently Brook's the one that's not seems interested. Khan saying that they're not getting any response from Team Brook. Is that fight going to happen? I don't know. I like Josh Kelly. Yeah, Josh Kelly lost to Avanesian. Hopefully he can come back. Hopefully Josh Kelly can have a comeback fight and then, you know, hit the big time. I felt bad for Josh Kelly, to be honest. So Emmanuel Stewart took Lennox to boxing to another level. Yeah, I'd agree. Emmanuel Stewart was a legendary trainer, you know, and he improved many fighters. So guys, I'm gonna make my way out now. 2 hours and 36 minutes. It was great having you all in. And I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I'll hopefully do another live stream tomorrow. Make sure to tune in again. And hopefully I'll give you more notice this time. But let me know what you think of the live streams. Let me know how you think I can improve them. Just let me know. I appreciate everyone that came to the live stream. I appreciate it. All right. I'll see you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. I appreciate it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. And just watch out for my live streams. I'll be doing more. I'll be doing more live streams. All right. So peace out, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.